Hi everyone. Please, guys, let me know if you can see us and you can hear us. And we're gonna start.
Hello, everyone. Hello, hi.
So, guys, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, it's my honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And guys, I'm still waiting. Please let me know if you can hear us because sometimes we have
Yeah, with the
audio troubles.
audio. Yeah,
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much, Internet House. Thank you.
yeah. Thank you.
So, the purpose of this live today, I want to talk about numerology, occult, and Steph is the best person to actually talk about numbers and numerology. This is his specialty, and I still struggle sometimes with this. So, guys, if you have any questions in regards to numerology or any signs that you get and you don't know how to interpret them, so please let us know in the comment section. I'm going to be reading comments all the time.
Mhm.
Hi, Sylvia. Hi. Hi, everyone. Hi, Kisara, Paul, Monica. Like,
Hello, everyone. There's a lot of
in
people.
my own life. Yes, this is live. Hi, everyone. So, like, yeah, this is live. This is Seth. I have all the links below for Seth's profile if you want to check him out later if you don't know him. So it's hi Melissa. It's nice to see all of you guys here. So excited. Hi Nigel. Hi everyone. So first of all, I have a question.
Yes.
So first of all, how did you get into numerology?
Yeah, it was a while ago. It was many years
Mhm.
ago, and numerology was one of this like new age spiritual things that's
Mhm.
really popular, and I stumbled upon it because before the interesting thing is that I read about seeing signs through numbers.
Mhm.
I read about it, and this was many years ago, maybe 7 or 8 years ago. And then I didn't really understand what that meant.
Mhm.
But then, couple years after I read that, couple years, I remember this one time it was one random day, and I just started seeing 1111 everywhere, 111 everywhere.
The most common one.
The most common one, yeah, and it kicked in out of the blue. It literally happened so randomly, and then I realized, oh, that's what I read about a couple of years ago. Is this what it is?
Mhm.
And from there on, it never stopped. Seeing repetitive numbers was just like a daily thing, and it's still up till now, you know. And for you too, you know, you see that all the time too.
For me, it's actually, for many guys, they always like ask me, many clients, like, what does this number mean? This number. I think I was already working as a tarot reader
Yeah.
in an occult shop, and then I remember I was at the cash register, and some client was paying for my services, and the girl who was doing the transaction, she clicked something on the cash register. She's like, "Oh my God, 1111!" And me and my client, we got so scared because like, "Oh, what's going on?" Because I don't understand. And she's like, "You don't know," but I don't know. And the client didn't know, and she says it's an angel number, and and like it's now, and I'm like, "What does it mean?" It's 1111, and. And I'm like, how
How is
what? And
it?
she's like, that's it. This is angelic number. This is 1111.
Yeah.
And she was super excited. And then I read like some information with numbers, and I think like a few months later, like I met you, and then I asked you what does it mean. So you actually gave me so much information about all of these numbers.
Yes, yeah.
Because I know a lot of people they see them and they see the number and then they get excited and that's it.
And that's yeah. Yeah, that's actually very true. They don't even know what's the meaning of the number, or they're gonna read it in some blog, and whatever they read there is gonna be it for life. Like if I see 444, this is it, and it doesn't mean anything else, and they get stuck onto the information because it's interesting how for you it came through other people.
That it's usually for me. It's like
Yeah, that's interesting because you were.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Because I never I still don't really like really like see these numbers. I see them, but I still don't really connect with them because numbers are not my forte.
Yeah,
like you
yeah,
say.
yeah.
Yeah. So I have a question for you. I see question here in the comment section. 1111. What's meaning? Is it transformation or it's not? So this is actually a question because I know a lot of people that came from me and they start saying, for example, I just saw this number.
Mm-hmm.
And this is normal people. They maybe got a reading, and maybe like a few months later, so I'm seeing this number, especially 1111. Why people start seeing this specific number?
Yeah, and that was the case for me too. I started with 1111.
Oh, awesome.
Which
So
which
why 1111? Why is it for everyone, and what does it mean?
Awakening, alignment. You're about to embark on a new journey in your life. Get ready, because things are not going to be the same anymore. One in the series, so the in numerology, the numbers that compose every numbers that exists in the whole planet, at least on this dimension on Earth, is 1 to 9. That's what everything is made of. It's a combination of the numbers 1 to 9. And what's the beginning of the numbers 1 to 9? It's 1. So 1 is the beginning. That means it's the start. Get ready. Because from 1 we're gonna go to 2, and then from 2 we're gonna go to 3, and then to 4, to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So numerology is like a code. We use it for mathematics, and mathematics decode. They decode how life works, because life is based on physics. So I know it sounds like it might feel like it's like simple, it's just like, well, it's just 1 to 9. It's not really mathematical. What is it there to learn from 1 to 9? They're simple numbers, but they're actually the foundation of everything physical that you see. They're the foundation. So things have numbers. There's these mathematicians, and they're geniuses. They have lived before, and they give properties to each elements and each physical objects. They say that it has its own number. So numbers are like the code, like on the internet and in computers. They say the 0 and 1 for programming. 0 and 1 is the code.
So then 1 1, what does it mean? Especially 11 11.
So
4 1s.
So 1111, it's like, for me, when I see that, means whatever I'm thinking about right now is the right thing. So whatever message I'm having in my head, I had a question, and I think the answer is this, and then I see 1 1 1 1 1 or 11 11. That means is the confirmation that's the right thing.
So it's like a confirmation.
It's a confirmation.
Is it transformation? Is it something that has to do with transformation?
Yes, because for me, that's how it started. If you start seeing 1111 a lot, not just once a day, if you see it so many times, it's like, get ready. Your life is going to change.
So guys, what I'm getting from this, if you are in the beginning of your spiritual journey, so if you see 1111, so it means you're going through transformation, right?
Yeah.
And it's probably aligned.
It's alignment too. It's alignments. Yeah. It's like you're think of it as 1. When you look at 1 is not 2, because 2 is duality. 3 is mastery. But when you see 1, it's oneness. That means there's only one path. That means there's only one thing. So when you see 1111, it's almost like the spirit around you, or the universe is trying to tell you the alignments you're gonna get into right now. 1, just the one path. There's 4 of it. 1 1 1. It's like a confirmation. So when they repeat, it's like it's a confirmation. It's
becomes stronger. The message
stronger.
Is stronger.
Yeah. It's like putting the emphasis. It's putting the emphasis on the number, that it's gonna be. This is your alignment, and you should do it, or you should,
A lot of people saying, actually, Melissa saying, every time I stay at a hotel, it's 222. Interested in number 222 and 9. So what is 222?
So 222 is, so we're having, again, as I mentioned earlier, after 1 comes 2. So 2 is the next step. It's the step above 1. So 1 is the start, is the transformation. Okay, you're aligned, you're on a new path. Now 2 comes. And 2 usually is when you're going through change, when you're going through some sort of collaboration, when you're meeting someone else, because now we enter the realm of duality, because it's 2 things. It's not one thing anymore. So right now, it's not you anymore. It's you and someone else. So we have number 2. And what do 2 people do when they come together? They create. That means it's the start of creation. It's not per se creation itself. It's the start of creation. Good? Yeah. It's so when you see 222, in that hotel room or in that specific place, it means that place for you, something new is gonna happen there. Something there is gonna allow you to create something. I remember this one time when I used to see it's back long time ago again. I think it's this phase in my life where I saw 222 for like 3 weeks straight every day, and I was losing my mind. I didn't understand. I was seeing it all the time for like 3 weeks straight. I couldn't explain it, and then it turned out that right after those 3 weeks, back then when I used to have a 9 to 5, I used to be part of the normal society. Right after those 3 weeks, I got a new job offer that was much better. That actually helped me quite a lot back then. So it was kind of like a sign that something new is gonna happen. And after I got that job offer, I stopped seeing it. I stopped seeing the 222, and it's like magic. It was really weird. Yeah.
Interesting. For me, I think also sometimes when you see number 2, it's like a choice.
Yeah, I agree with
there's
that.
like another
Yeah,
thing might
yeah.
come, and so maybe if you're staying always in the room that has 222, maybe it's like the choice that you're making. Like think about maybe there's something else you can do. Like
some
there's
yes, yeah. That's actually, I can relate to that. Yeah, because when I was seeing it too, the choice was actually either to stay at that place or to take the offer, because it's not like they were letting me go. The place I was working at, I could stay there, but it was miserable. It was not good. So yeah, that's actually true. That's actually true. Yeah.
A so interesting question. Oh, infinite health, Ina and Seth, what is your favorite number and why?
Oh.
I think I know your favorite number. Do you? What is your favorite number?
Well, for me, there's I have a favorite. I have a favorite one, and I have a. I have a.
Okay, start with the favorite.
It says 5.
5. Why?
Yeah. 5 is the number of individualities, the number of human beings, the number of the pentagram, is the number of the Hierophant. It's the number of building your empire, building who you are, realizing who you are, coming to your power. We have 5 fingers. We have if like the Vitruvian Man that Leonardo da Vinci drew. When we stand like this, 1, 2, the 2 legs, 3, 4, and then the head is 5.
Yeah.
So it's like
it's like it's a representation of human being,
and
or like physical body.
Exactly. And I think the mystery for me in this lifetime reincarnation is to understand what is the nature of human beings and what are they. It's like this obsession of seeking what is human beings. The knowledge of humanity, the origin, and where did we come from, where are we going, how can I become my highest potential as a human being. So 5, I love 5. But what about you? I mean, I think I know yours too, but if you can say it to people, like
it's 6. Actually, it's number 6. I think for me, when I see 6, it's like a good confirmation for me that this is the alignment for me. Like this is something good gonna come from this 6.
Yeah.
If I'm seeing it, if it's like on the door or if it's somewhere else.
Yes.
For me, I couldn't agree more with the 5.
Yeah.
Everything you said is true. Also, for me, 5 forever going to be representing the Philosopher's Stone, because I think Philosopher's Stone is inside of every person. It's the human being itself. Like
I agree.
You and I, you guys also. So 5 is the Philosopher's Stone. So it's like physical manifestation of human being. The 6, I think, when you add to this 5 point, it's the soul or the spirit.
I love that.
So it becomes our connection to our higher self. So it's like the next stage. It's like when you build your empire, so then you're ready to move forward and to spread your knowledge, spread what you have, and help others. So it's like the number of guru. And for me, it's the number that represents the vibration of love on this planet, and I'm really, really a loving creature.
You're all about love. But it's true. It's like, guys, which is such an incredible person. Honestly, I haven't met any other human beings like you. And most people go, well, yeah, you guys know each other. So, but I really mean it. I really mean it. Like some things that which do, I don't think other human beings can. Like my fascination with how you can. with how you can like give love to strangers, and then like just pure love to even strangers who they might seem like real assholes, and you still don't even judge them on how they are. People claim that they can do that, but then you spend some time with them and they don't. And with you actually do that. Because I don't. If I meet an asshole, I'm gonna I'm not I'm gonna be an asshole too. But,
because I think for me,
like, how you do it? I don't know how you do it.
I think because it's my love for humanity.
Yeah.
And I think this is how we all should be, because sometimes you say not a good person, because sometimes a lot of people, like strangers, they behave in a weird way, but only because they have their own some things that holding them back from being a good person, like outside for people around them.
Yes.
Sometimes they actually don't speak the language, so they don't know how to behave. So they might look like they're doing something wrong just because they don't know how to express themselves.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's how they are when they relax. When your relaxed face is very like.
Actually, I'm
yeah.
I think that's true.
Like a few years ago, when I had my like tarot workshops, and you were coming, and we saw you, and you were so but then like deep inside, very deep inside, you're very nice. You're an amazing person as well. So like I cannot judge people just by the way they look like. So, and also because of my work, sometimes I don't choose my clients. So whoever comes, whoever get reading from me, I have to get reading, right? So sometimes when I get emails, so sometimes the way they treat me in the beginning, and it doesn't look like a good person, but then when I see their palms, when I start talking, when I see their soul, when I find this person in the underworld and in other realms, and it's like the soul is amazing. People are like amazing inside. Every human soul in a shell, like in raw form, is amazing. Every human is amazing. And just like the things that we start experience when we grow up, they break us down. So that's why some people become like bad people. It's not their fault sometimes.
It's something amazing about I remember you told me this, which told me this one time. And guys, this is amazing, because I myself is trying to comprehend it, because I don't have a lot of a love for human beings as much as you are, and I'm working on that. But you told me once this one thing, which is to always, how you do it is you always see when you meet people, you see them always at their highest potential. That's fascinating. How can you just see someone from the beginning at their highest potential, and then from there that love that you have is just there because you see them as at their highest potential? Is it part of you being a seer, or is it just because I don't think humans can even comprehend that?
I think it's
I can't comprehend that,
because I see guys, sometimes when I meet you or online, when I get your energy, even now when I go through comment section, it's like I can see some of you have like crazy amazing like souls. And I don't care about how are you like humans, what your religion, what your beliefs, how you treat your, for example, family or dog at the moment, because all I see is your soul, how it's amazing, divine, special, what is there, like how much love is hidden there, how much talents you have. And then because of that, like I cannot see anything else.
That's amazing. It's like I really like, I try with the years to learn that from you, and I find it hard sometimes. Sometimes I put myself out there as I give my best to as I meet a stranger, I give them my best, but then it's usually like you get the opposite. You give them your best, but then you get their worst, and it's sometimes it doesn't pan out, and you're like, because why am I wasting my energy?
Your number is 5 minus 6.
6. That's true. And I like that. You know what? That's it. Why am I gonna try to be something I'm not?
We're all different.
That's true. That's true.
If everyone would be like me, this would be like a very confused world of love. Confusion.
And actually, something about number 5 and 6. This year, 2021, was number 5, because 2 plus 2 plus
Yours.
plus 1 is 5.
Next
Ne-
one.
next year's
mine.
yes, number 6. So it's gonna be a good year. It's gonna.
Lovely.
I have a really good feeling that number 6 next year, 2022. I think all of the troubles that are happening in the world right now and the pandemic and all of this, man, I think it's gonna disappear.
Yeah.
I feel like
This
next year is a good
the-
year.
Yeah, me too. And I hope so. And Kisara, thank you so much. So she asking, Seth,
Yes.
can you explain 333 and 666? Especially the last one. My family is so scared of that number. This is such an amazing question. Thank you so
Yes,
much,
yeah,
Kisara.
yeah.
This is actually such a common fear from a lot of people. So let's
yeah.
start from 333 and then
Yeah.
to the scary number.
Sure. 333. So 3 again is the number that comes after 2. So we have 1, we have 2, we have 3.
Mhm.
So 3 now we're talking about maximum creation.
Mhm.
Because when 2 entities come together, what do they create? They create a third thing. So when you see, for example, the symbol of the triquetra, which is like 3 different Vesica Pisces, which again is related to sacred geometry. Number 2 is connected to the Vesica Pisces. Number 3 is the triquetra. So each shape has a number. So when you get to number 3, you're creating. When 2 human beings, like a male and a female, come together, they create a baby. Baby is number 3.
Mhm.
So that's 2 and then 3. So we have maximum creation. We have also is the number of, some people mention that it's ascended masters, such as like Jesus and Buddha and all of these other saints that have existed before. They said when you see the number 333 around, it means they're around you. It means they're trying to help you. So 3 is the number of mastery. When you see 333, it's time for you to become the master. It's time for you to become the maximum potential of what you are.
Mhm.
So that's for number 3.
I think number 3
Yes.
also it's like you said, the triquetra, the God, the Son, the Holy Spirit. It's
Yeah,
always
yeah, yeah.
when it's such a sacred number, everything happens in threes. And
Yes, yeah.
so I think I think,
We have past, present, future. There is also in witchcraft, which comes from the Norse mythology, mother, maiden, crone, I think, something like that. There's the Father, Son, Holy Spirit in Christianity. There's also there's different things that come in 3. So it represents that mastery, the mastery that you need.
Yeah. So guys, when you see 3, it means you're on the right path to become a master. It's the number
Yes.
that tells you that you are transforming into something amazing.
Yeah.
You're creating something.
Yeah, and
Proud of you.
and creation is already there. It's not like it's about to start with number 2. It's like it's there. It's right there.
Okay, so for my favorite number, 666.
So here's the thing. So for the
And guys, let me know if anyone else seen 666 or scared of this number. And I'm curious.
So I'm gonna start with just my first encounter with this number 666. So
Very good.
the first encounter was the culture. It's the culture of basically anything that comes from Christianity. So when we talk about 666, the number of the beast, it has Christianity all over it. It's religion.
Yeah.
So the first time I heard it, I'm like, why are people scared of 666? So I did some research and I realized that they say that in Christianity specifically, not Judaism, not Islam, not Buddhism, in Christianity, they say it's the number of the devil. Okay, so someone wrote in the Bible that 666 is the number of the devil. It has since become the number of the devil. When you ask people, and especially religious people who are Christians, why do you think so? They're like, because the Bible said so. So why do you think the Bible said so? I don't know, but it's the number of the devil. And then I called bullshit on it. And then since then, I kept telling everyone, this is nonsense. This is complete nonsense. If anything, the main purpose of religion in the medieval times was to, and the inquisitors, was to torture, kill, murder, and eradicate and get rid of anything that goes against the word of God or the Bible. So 6, what is 6? 6 is the divine number of love and feminine power. When we say feminine power, we say the church wants to burn the witches. We say the church wants to get rid of anything that's love. We say the church wants to get rid of anything that's feminine. We say church wants to just completely erase from your mind anything that has to do with embodying and embracing your divine feminine power. So I see why they demonize number 6, because they don't want you to come to your power. They simply don't want you to. So how am I gonna not let them come to their power? I'm gonna make it a scary thing, because how do you control human beings? You make them fearful. You make them scared. So if you see 666, it's actually one of the best numbers out there to embrace who you are. It's the number of love. It's the number of balance, of harmony. 6 is composed of 2 3s. We have 3 plus 3. So it's perfect balance. It's perfect harmony. You have 2 masters coming in together to create love. 3, one master, 3, another master. When they come together, it becomes the number of love, a number of harmony. For me, I see number 6 as perfect balance, perfection. I think the universe is built on number 6. It's built on it. The atoms that compose who we are, the hydrogen, because most of our composure on the subatomic level, I think it's hydrogen. And then if you go to check the numbers of the particles there, you're gonna find it's actually 6 protons, 6. There's 666. It's the number that composes human beings.
Actual creation.
It's actual creation. And then the church wants you to be scared of it. They want you to be scared of it so you can become weak, so you can become a sheep, so you don't question things, so you don't come to your power and you obey the rules. That's why they scare you. And I mean, I'm not gonna ask you a question. How ridiculous is it to be scared of a number? How ridiculous. Don't you think that's ridiculous?
A little bit, yeah.
It's
unless it's a scary movie. It's like it's kind of you that way.
So every time I see these people saying 666 is the number of the beast and they're scared, I start laughing. I find it amusing. You know.
I think I don't really think the number per se scaring people. It's just what it represents, the meaning.
Yeah.
Because like anything written, like in ancient Egypt, they used to believe that like anything written, like the number, hieroglyph, a word,
has power.
That's power, because it substitutes the word spoken. So when you see 666, if you want like to scare someone and you write like 666 and like on their hand or something, like you scare them, it's like what we put into this number.
It's the intention. The intention that's put in the number.
So what is actual meaning behind 666? What is it like for you, especially when it comes to demons, underworld, and all of this like scary stuff?
Again, as I mentioned, for me, when I see 666, all I think of is love and humans. That's all I think of is like the creation of humanity on earth, and love and perfect balance and harmony. It also represented by the shape of the hexagram, one of my favorite shapes that on the Ring of Solomon. The hexagram is also represented by number 6, and it also, if we want to talk about it from a sigil standpoint or geometry standpoint, for me 6 is the portal between the physical and the spiritual. So it's their portal. So that's why I use the hexagram to always open portals between this realm and the spiritual realm. Yeah.
And when it comes to, for example, if you guys seen a lot of 666 on your path, it means for some of you, like from my personal knowledge and experience, it means the gates of the underworld are opening, because it is a number that actually represents demons.
Yes.
But not like negative, scary demons. It's the demons that are actually awakening and empowering you. So this is the number that, when I talk about darkness, for some people, darkness is actually the connection to the realm of death. Some of you guys are seers, mediums, shamanic practitioners, witches, healers. So you do see people who passed away. You see demons. You see spirits. So for you, when I start seeing this number 666, it means that you are entering this dimension. You entering this portal or the gates. You connecting to this power. You really connecting to the realm of death.
Yes.
because this is also creation, because when we go, we start something new.
Yeah.
Our soul keep going when you reincarnate. There's some new experiences. So for you, if you, Kisara, you ask, I know you, I saw your message, you said you're not scared of 666. So if you see it a lot, if you actually experience it and you feel connection to the number, so maybe you're a medium, maybe you actually can talk to spirits and ghosts. That's why this number comes to you so much. So for you guys, when you experience this number, like start seeing when it comes. If it comes when you also feel some presences or you feel like someone talking to you, so it means you're not alone. And I'm not talking there's someone living with you, someone who is from the other realm. So this is the number of medium shamans, practitioners. It's an amazing number.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's like also like dark love, like loving the darkness.
Also. Yeah. It's like I relate so much to what you say, because for me, it's the hexagram, and the hexagram is number 6, and 6 is like the moments I start using the hexagram, I'm in the spirit realm, I'm in the underworld, I'm connected to the demons. That's how it works, you know. So I could.
Oh, interesting question. Infinite Health, thank you so much. Can you please explain 1919 number? Love you guys. Thank you. Much love to you. So 1919. This is a very unique number, very rare. So what does it mean?
So 1919. So we have to first see the composure of what we have. So we have 1919. So we have two things that are repeating, which are the number 1919. But we have also two series of numbers. There is 9. So for me, the first thing that pops out of there is 9. So the first interpretation is number 9. So we're gonna go already to number 9. Number 9 is the end. So from 1 to 9, the last number is 9. So 9 is the end. It represents the end of a cycle, the closure. It represents that you're leaving behind the old phase of whatever you were at, and you're gonna start something new in your life right now. Also 9, it's a really interesting thing about it is the reverse of 6. If you take 6 and if you reverse it, it becomes 9. So 9 is very powerful, but having 1 beside it, that means you're aligned. So you're aligned into the last phase of whatever you're going through right now. That phase is going to close, but you're aligned. So the interpretation is that you're about to close the cycle, but you're aligned, you're on the right path, embrace it, and just move on forward with it. Also, another composure of 1919, if you take 19 and if you add it, 1 plus 9 is 10. And 10 is 1 plus 0 is 1. So we have alignment in it. Health is you're so aligned. It's like a alignment on alignment. It's like you're perfectly where you're supposed to be. That's how I interpret it. You know?
And number 1 is the beginning,
and so it's also like, the beginning.
It's like this cycle from 1 to 9, like fully ended.
Yes.
And I also, for me, if I would interpret this number, I would say because it's 1919, so it's like 2 cycles ended.
Yeah.
So it's like
that's true. Yeah. Because there's 2. Yeah.
And also it's a choice, because when I see repetition of 2 different numbers, so it's like a choice. You either ending it for good forever, or you can repeat it again.
Oh.
So it's really
like
interesting number because
I like that.
Because it's 1 and 9, 1 and 9.
Yeah.
So it's either you really closing it second time, but usually things come in 3, so you might repeat it again.
You might repeat it,
or this is a choice in front of you. For example, you finish something that you didn't want it in your life, and then you might repeat it, but from like different way.
And that's actually makes sense because it's 1919.
Yeah. So make sure.
Yeah.
So for example, if you're moving from this country and you're going to another country, make sure that this is not going to be exactly the same country. If you like, for example, you're running away from something, it's like, are you running away from the country or from the things? Because you might find the same things there. Even though it's
a different country, you're still gonna repeat that cycle, but it's just somewhere else.
It's like aware, because those numbers are so precise. There's such an interesting number, such an interesting combination.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for such an amazing question, because this is very unique. I've never seen anyone asking about a number like that.
In numerology, what most people don't know is that it's not always about repeating numbers.
Yeah.
You can have the number that's like 437. And then it has its own interpretation.
It's like a message. When I say
it is a message. It's a code. Yeah.
Numbers like this, it's actually a code for your.
It is
for your soul.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is awesome. Thank you so much for question. And I see from Wendy, she's saying for her it's always been 1134 or 1143. It's so crazy how much I see it. What do you think about this number?
So 11
and
seeing how it's 3 followed by 4.
Mhm.
You know, then again, if we try to decipher what number 4 is, number 4 is represents a grounding. It represents earth. It represents so again with geometry, it's the square,
Mhm.
and everything that's square means it's grounded. It means you're back to earth. We have also the 4 elements that compose the physical reality: air, fire, earth, and water. Those are 4. We have the direction north, south, west,
Mhm.
east. So everything that represents grounding yourself to the physical reality is number 4. And 3, you have 3, 4, or 4, 3. So by grounding yourself to the physical reality and by understanding it and spending more time in nature per se, you will become the master, which is number 3.
Mhm.
So it's kind of that's the play. And then the 11 in the beginning is the alignment. It's like you're aligned as long as you ground yourself to become the master you're supposed to be.
Mhm.
That's how I read it. You know.
Yeah, for me it's like the same, but I like because it's in the beginning because you're always 11. So 11 it's like alignment, and it's
Yeah.
for me sometimes 11 represents simple knowledge, and then it's followed by 3 or 4. So 3 is like a mastery. So uh, to me, like the message, if you see it like that, I would say you are aligned on your path. You know who you are. You're supposed to become who you are, and this is something that has to do with healing because it's
Mhm.
nature, and this is something with helping others and like teaching, becoming a master, like leading people and becoming a guru. So you align to this path, and the universe trying to show you. So maybe the path that you seek in something else, like maybe if it comes to, for example, if you think about like job or making money or like your career path, and then you see it, like make sure that maybe this is not what you're supposed to do. If you're thinking maybe I should change job, no, maybe you should become like your own boss and,
Yes,
and do this. And you are spiritual and you know so much things you can share. So maybe take notes on when you are receiving these numbers.
That's true. Also, if the combination 4-3,
Which one is first?
it's like, well, no, because it's 11 43 or 34. But if we add 4 plus 3, that's 7.
And then
So that means 7 is the number of seeking. Is the number of trying to figure out who you are, of seeking the knowledge that you're supposed to find in this reincarnation or in this lifetime. So this message is 1143 or 1134 has so much messages coded within just one series. It's just one series of numbers with so many messages in it. It's incredible, you know.
I saw another cool number. Someone asked. It was 808. This is an interesting number.
So for 8, you want to elaborate on 8? You want to talk about 8?
Please, no, you're the numerologist.
So 8, if you take number 8, if you take it like this and if you flip it sideways, it becomes the infinity, the infinity number. And 8 is by the only number from the series from 1 to 9. 8 is the only number that when you start writing it, it keeps always going on. It doesn't, you can always circle it around. It's not like the other numbers where you start and you end somewhere. 8 doesn't have a beginning, it doesn't have an end, which is infinity. But can you imagine it's the only number that's written like that? So it's very important to remember that there's infinity involved. There's remembering that you're infinite. Also abundance, financial abundance, money is correlated with number 8 in many cultures. I know not every culture think about number 8 like that, but many cultures think of number 8 that representing money. That means a lot of money is gonna come to you, a lot of abundance is gonna come to you. But it's also a reminder that you're an infinite being, the infinite soul, that you have all the possibilities around you. You have all many doors are open. The universe is open. So the universe is there for you.
No, I also think, yes, Rashmita, this is your number 808. Yes, I also see. I think when you see 808, it's like 2 8s, like infinite abundance, like in the past and in the future. But then in the middle, it's like a circle. So like 0 is a circle for me. So maybe you're running in a circle, you're not able to see this abundance.
Yeah.
So it's like it's there, it's surrounding you, but you have to like make sure that you see how
That you
to get to
see, that you
it.
see it.
It's
That's
like an
interesting.
infinite abundance, but with a trick, like with a,
I like
like a
that.
tiny cage inside. So maybe sometimes this is what it means. Yeah, so it's again, it depends. Like numbers, they supposed to represent something when they at specific time.
Yes.
So
yeah,
like it's like a confirmation of something you've been thinking or you've been doing, like confirmation of an action.
That's true. With numerology, the numbers have their own meanings separately, but it also comes. It can come with a feeling, a feeling of confirmation. You might have a nudge or an intuition, and then right away you look at the clock and you see 444 or you see 999, and then that means it's a confirmation of that intuition that you had. Yeah.
I see such an amazing question from Death Metal Punk 666.
Yeah.
Awesome number. I think it's it. What's your opinion on life path number?
Life path number, yeah. So
thank you so much for the question, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. Life path number. Life path number. I think is a true thing. I believe that it's a true thing, but like astrology, I highly recommend you guys to take it lightly, to take it with a grain of salt. I'm gonna explain why. So your life path number comes with adding up your birthday numbers. You add them up all together, and then you get one number. And then from that one number, you can explain what your life is all about. But then that's from a destiny standpoint. Like astrology, you say, well, you're a Virgo, you're a Libra, you're you're an Aquarius, you're this, you're that. If you take that life path number and just say, this is who I am, then you can't really.
It's like a cage.
It's a cage. It's a cage. You can't create your life. You don't have free. It's like it's declaring to the universe that you don't have free will. I know what my life path number is, and I know what are the criteria, and I know what it means.
Can you know your life path number?
My life path number is because there's two. There's one by adding all of like the month, the day, and the year, and there's one by just adding just the day and the day and the month without the year. So for me, surprisingly, there's two. There's two, but the one where I add up everything is actually number 7.
Oh, so interesting.
That's my life. Yeah, it's my. So it is the number of seeking. You're just, but then the danger of that number is that if you keep just seeking, you might end up nowhere. If you can't just keep seeking and seeking and seeking and seeking and seeking, because you're gonna get confused. And if you get confused, then you're probably wasting this reincarnation. So yes, you are a seeker. Yes, you're supposed to seek, but then only with make sure that you have free will. That, for example, if I'm number 7, but I want to be number 8, I want to be abundant, I'm gonna do what it takes to become abundant. I'm not gonna say I'm number 7, I'm only supposed to seek. It ends there. Like make sure that you take it with a grain of salt, just like astrology. Take it with a grain of salt. Don't put yourself in a cage, right?
I agree so much. Like I love how we say it. It's the destiny number, because I do read palms, and sometimes I see it's actually not sometimes, like every person has a life path number written on the palm. Yeah. And this is the life path number that actually represents you at the moment, because the lines are forever changing. So the life path number is actually changing as we grow. It's always becomes different. So I like how you say it, like we don't supposed to just like be guided by one number. Because it's always growing, because we humans are so complicated.
We are. Sometimes I'm a 7, sometimes I'm a 9, sometimes I'm a 4, sometimes I'm a 6.
Even you see cats or dogs.
Yeah. 6. Yeah. So some days I'm gonna be an Aquarius, and some days I'm gonna be a Capricorn, and some days I'm gonna be a Libra, and some days I'm gonna be a Taurus, and some days I'm it's very limiting to take a human being and say you're just this. It's very limiting.
But life path number is actually it's a good thing to know it, because
it's good to know it.
It gives you idea of sometimes of your weaknesses as well, what you're supposed to work on, what you should concentrate and what you should let go, and like if you don't like your 7, so maybe you find a way to become 8.
Exactly, yeah. Like, because again, you mentioned the negative side. For example, of number 7 is what I mentioned. Is like,
Yeah.
if you're just seeking, you're gonna nonstop, and that's all you do, and then you're gonna be confused.
Yeah.
You have sometimes to know how to kind of tweak it and make it work for you. You know.
Yeah. We actually have an interesting question
Sure. Yeah.
from Lalis. Thank you so much. Stephanina, I was born on the month of 6,
Nice.
day 6, and on Friday,
Oh.
which is the 6th day of the
The
week.
week.
Is there any explanation for this number in my life? I also see 666 a lot. From numerology standpoint, and then I'm gonna say from a psychic standpoint.
That's, first of all, that's amazing.
And crazy cool, and even your donation.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that's,
alignment, like full on alignment. Thank
so
you
we
so
have
much.
we have 666, and then your donation is 999.
Mhm.
999 is just the reverse of, like.
And by the way, the Friday. So tell me, you said like which Friday in French? It means which planet and which
Yes.
number?
So each planet. Sorry.
Each day of the
Each
week?
day.
Mhm.
In French, each day has means a planet.
Mhm.
So we have lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi, dimanche. So vendredi, which is Friday, is Venus.
Mhm.
So it corresponds with Venus, and Venus in
It's the
alchemy
planet
is
of
of
love.
love. It's the
Six,
planet of
yeah.
love. So here you go. So Venus, planet of love. And earlier we mentioned that 6 is the number of love and number of balance and harmony. So you're actually so unique.
Mhm.
Being
This is
born
crazy.
is like 666, and even your day.
So 6th of June.
Yeah. So we have. So let's say it again. We have month 6,
Day 6.
day
and,
6, and Friday is also 6 because it's Venus.
mhm.
And it's the number of love. So and then we already have 666, and she sees 6 verse of 666. So from a numerology standpoint, like, you are supposed to be you're like from a reincarnation standpoint, you're like the lucky one. You're like one of those lucky human beings that just come on Earth, and like.
I wouldn't call it lucky though. But the chosen ones, they usually have the hardest life.
Well, I see that. I
like in the numerology, because the coincidence of this is
yeah, because
remarkable.
it's rare. Like
Very rare.
compared to
Mhm.
other human beings, that's lucky.
Yeah.
That's rare. Like where do you see people having 666 on like this?
Mhm.
So the amount of gifts and abilities you might have are gonna be incredible, but it all has to do with love, balance. You're the embodiment of love and balance and harmony. That's what I have to say, for sure, like 100%.
From the numerology
Yes.
standpoint.
Yeah.
So from my personal standpoint, if like meeting people like you, I would say you really governed by the energy of your past lives, past incarnations. If I would find like a person to describe you the most in history, it would be the one that we actually talked about before life, Mary Magdalene.
Oh, that's Mary Magdalene. Oh.
Yes, because this is the number 666. This is the number that represents like the most amazing love and support, because she was the one who came to Jesus when he was crucified to remove his body from the cross.
Yep.
So she was the woman who was never scared and who was never perceived in society for what she was.
Yep.
So she's like you, probably, because I get this feeling from you as well. Like, you are a seductress, like beautiful, amazing energy. You attract people from both sexes. Like, it doesn't matter. You attract all of them, and there's something about you, like this mysterious, dark, and like people can understand you, and you don't even try. It's just there in you. And this is your feminine, divine, crazy side of
Powerful.
you, like powerful, just like it's like going from your heart, like to entice people around you. And then this is the number that also seen as like the number of the beast. So people scared of you. You are the one who probably less likely to be approached, because people find you scary, but your resting face might be scary. Your energy sometimes it's intimidating. You exert danger to some people. They're not gonna mess with you, and if they're messing with you because they want to see what you can do. So this is, like you said, it's like the number of the chosen ones, the reincarnation number, the it's not even about the life path, it's about your soul itself.
Mhm.
This is the soul with secrets, the soul
Yeah.
that remembers something but can make sense of it.
Yeah.
So to me, thank you for sharing your number. To me, you are the Mary Magdalene. So
And Mary Magdalene, by the way, guys, she was
tell
amazing.
us the story. Tell
Yeah.
us what you know.
Yeah, for Mary Magdalene, actually, it's an amazing correlation because we
Mhm.
talked about it just before the live.
Yeah, because this is the number that like
Yeah.
hides women power, like feminine
Exactly.
power.
Yeah. Mary Magdalene was probably one of the most prominent figures in Christianity that, again, the Bible and Christians try to hide forever, and they don't want because it's divine feminine energy. They wanted to kill it. Mary Magdalene, when Jesus was crucified, she was the only one standing there. Well, and the apostles that got all of the credit, they were hiding in a cave. They went to hide these freaking apostles, these cowards. And then Mary Magdalene, she stayed there with Jesus. She was not scared. She gave him support. She gave him love. She was there with him all the time. And Mary Magdalene was how she met Jesus the first time they met was because Jesus exorcised her from these seven demons. She was haunted by 7 demons, and he exorcised her because Jesus, before he was a Messiah, he was known as the exorcist. Again, Christianity and the Bible is going to hide this from you. They don't want you to know this. Jesus was an exorcist before he was the Messiah. He used to exorcise people from malicious entities. Mary Magdalene was haunted by 7 demons, and that's how they met. He exorcised her. He removed these malicious entities from her, and that's how they bonded. They became lovers. You told me they had kids together.
They are living
Yes, and
human beings on earth with Jesus' blood in them.
Yeah, and she was the first person after Jesus resurrected. She was the first to see him resurrected, and she's the one who went to the apostles to tell them that he resurrected. And unfortunately, after this moment, after she saw Jesus resurrected in Christianity, you don't hear about her anymore, as if she just disappeared. Why? Because they don't want you to know the power of the divine feminine. So unfortunately.
So in a nutshell, this is you. This is why you're like this. You have an amazing, crazy power. You can heal people. You have connection to seeing, like you can see and sense. Probably you're a medium for sure. And so when you see 666, look around. What is it? What's happening in the moment? It's for you. It's a sign that this is something bigger than your life. It's something bigger than like anything normal. This is something for you that tells you like something unusual is happening and you're part of it and it's happening for you. This is how the universe and the underworld talks to you and show you the signs. So make sure you always pay attention when you see the number. And like I said, like lucky number, but also I feel like you're so unlucky. There is so much like in your life path, like with numbers like this, when they come, they usually make life so hard because for chosen one, they always taste it. There's always test from the universe or from your demons, from those spirits. It's like they're trying to break you because they know how much you can do, and usually how the diamonds are cut through such like
pressure. A lot of pressure.
So a lot of pressure. So lucky number and
but also the difficult life. That's
Yeah.
actually true. The most gifted, enlightened people sometimes have the hardest tests just to see if they can take it.
Yeah, but this is amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. Like, this is a crazy number.
It's crazy. It's rare. It's rare. It's rare to have that kind of alignment, 666. But I think for ladies, maybe it's good that like just as a suggestion, if she starts to share her gifts with the world through any medium, that she's good at, like I'm not sure, I'm either being occult or through anything that she does in her daily life, because her energy is probably, it's gonna benefit a lot of people.
Even if you just practice for yourself, if you acknowledge yourself, it's also gonna help you. Because your essence is divine, so you have to worship yourself and love yourself and do offerings for yourself. So honestly, good luck. This number,
cool, very cool stuff.
Yeah, amazing. So I'm gonna see what other questions are
Yeah,
there.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Kisara is saying the Bible is heavy edited. It's like it's 100%. Like majority of the books are
It's
just, like,
all the books. All the books are heavily
heavy
edited.
edited.
All of the
Yeah.
monotheistic religions. Well, not just monotheistic. I think any religious books are very very edited and
Yeah.
changed, and yeah.
Yeah. Hi Jennifer, you're not late. You're still here.
Hello. Hi.
Was there like any? Oh, actually, I have like a good number.
Friday the 13th. Actually, 13.
Just the 13.
Yeah, number 13 is also. Number 13 is kind of like almost similar to number 6 in a way that it represents the divine feminine. When I see number 13, I see it as the perfect representation of the feminine power that we all hold within us. And again, that has been like 666, that has been demonized over many years and centuries. So we get scared of it. These are the two numbers that the religion make you scared of: 666 and 13, and they both represent divine feminine power. And unfortunately, everyone is scared of number 13, and we have the Friday the 13th where the massacre happened, and and everyone thinks, oh, it's a bad number, like even some floors in North America in buildings, they don't have floors in the elevators, they don't have the floor number 13, they skip from 12 to 14.
Oh my god, this is so true. I don't know, guys, if you ever noticed this, but like in many countries, they don't have like 13th floor or 5th floor or like 6th floor.
Yeah, they don't have 13th floor. There's no, in the elevator, they don't write number 13, which is ridiculous, So
guys, let me know in the comments if you actually what do you think about number 13, if you like it or if you don't like it, because I was born like in the country full of superstition. So like seeing 13 or a black cat, it was like such a no.
Yeah, it's like a bad thing.
Yeah, very bad thing. Like, you see 13, that's it, like stop what you do. You see black cat, like you have to go back. And I noticed once, I think I just wanted to try myself when I was tiny, and I saw black cat crossing, and I was walking with another 5 people. So everyone was like, so we have to find another way we can go because the black cat crossed the road. And I ran there after the cat, and I crossed his path. And then I waited the whole day for something bad to happen, because it's a superstition, something bad supposed to happen. And I think in the end of the day, I got a gift, unexpected gift from my friend, and it was like a tiny toy that I really wanted. And I'm like, so black cat is not good, like it's not bad for you.
It's not bad. It's actually good.
Yeah. So after that, I checked number 13 as well on every. For example, every Friday 13 or day that was 13, I was checking if something bad is happening. Never.
Yeah.
Never, nothing bad ever happened.
When Friday the 13th come, I actually get excited.
Yeah,
I like it. Like I'm like, bring it on. It's exciting. It's good, Same when I see 666. It's one of my favorite combinations. Yeah. When I see them, it's one of my favorite,
Yeah, even Kisara saying in Japan, they do the same thing with hospitals and number 4 because it sounds like death in Japanese. Is it true?
I don't know.
You
I know.
There.
Yeah, but you
speak Japanese.
I'm actually fluent in Japanese, not just speak Japanese. I'm fluent, and I've lived there for a long time.
And you don't know this
because when I lived in Japan, I was not into spirituality or superstitions. I was very normal. I was part of the normal life. I did not know anything about this stuff.
But is it true that death is actually?
I don't. If she says it, then I don't have this information.
Well, this
I
is
don't
awesome.
know.
This is
I don't know. Yeah. So if she says it, it must be true. Yeah. But I personally don't know. I speak Japanese.
Yeah.
I know a lot about Japanese culture, but not the superstitious stuff. More like
so interesting.
But number 4 is if you think just like even from because numbers correlate with geometry. They're codes, and geometry is codes as well. So numbers are number 4 is the square. You see the square, and it's also the cube as well, because cube is square in 3 dimensions. It becomes the cube. And then cube is, again, there's many mysteries surrounding the cube. We have the
most mysterious cube
is the Kaaba in Mecca, where the most Muslims pray to. They pray to this black cube, and and it's a mystery why they pray to it, why it's there. Even the Muslims themselves, they don't know. They just say that in Islam, it is said that Abraham built that cube, and that you're supposed to pray to it because it's divine, and that's it. That's the information. But that correlates with the cube that the Jewish people put here to pray to, or here they put this thing around them here, and it has a cube, or they put this thing around them here, and it has a cube, and they pray while having the cube, which also correlate to the cube of Saturn, because the cube is also, if you look at it from a two-dimensional perspective, it becomes a hexagon, and the hexagon is viewed on Saturn, at the north of Saturn there is a hexagon.
Wow, on the planet.
And so there's many correlations between the cube and Saturn, the planet Saturn, and the planet Saturn is also a mysterious planet. So there's correlations between numbers, geometries, planets, and then we enter the realm of a religion, which the realm of alchemy, the realm of
like anything, numbers are everywhere.
Yes, yeah.
Interesting question. I saw the number Melissa Anderson asking, what's 222 mean and 555?
Yeah, so 222. Well, we talked earlier about number 2, which represents
choices.
Yeah, and like the beginning of creation and duality, and something new is about to happen in your life. So watch out for that something new that's going to happen.
What about 555?
555, again, I mentioned earlier, it's my favorite number. It's the number of individuality of the human being. It's also the pentagram. The pentacle it has 5 points. So when you're working on your craft, when you're trying to build your empire, when you're trying to figure out who you are as a human being, that's number 5. It's who you are, and you said it. It's the philosopher's stone as well. That thing that when you unlock your powers, your energies, you become the philosopher's stone, and then you can transcend this reality. You can transcend death. You can become a god, a supernatural being, basically. So
yes, and Melissa, if you've seen a lot of 555, so it means there's something in the works for you, like if it's work related, so you build a new empire, something amazing.
Yeah.
But if it's like spirituality related, I would also say maybe you should protect yourself, because pentagram is the most like controversial sigil, I would say, like a sign for protection as well. So make sure you're protecting yourself when you're working on something, like spiritually speaking.
Yes. Yeah. This also this year is we said earlier, it's number 5. 2021. 2 plus 2 plus 2 is plus 1 is 5. So it's the year. This is the year for you to work on your crafts. Although there's only 1 month left. So
Wendy loves to say 5 is my favorite number too, and I never knew anyone who has the favorite number. Oh, you guys have favorite number, the same number.
And I want to also mention that it's in tarot. It's the number, if it's the Hierophant, and this one, it's the Hierophant number, and the Hierophant for me represents the alchemist that always experimenting, working on his or her craft, just doing the work, building your empire, and coming to your highest potential.
Interesting question. It's not related to numbers, but we're talking today about all the signs from the universe. Richard Tracy asking, I had a Kundalini awakening during my Saturn return. Ever since then, I've experienced clairvoyant phenomenon. I used to see different colored orbs. Now I only seen orbs.
So like, orbs.
You seen are you still seeing the green orb?
I know I didn't. I actually.
Because I think a few weeks ago you've been seeing this green orb, and we've been talking about this.
I actually stopped. I'm honestly like I started becoming fearful that it's an alien abduction, and
because I told you so.
and at night I try not to look. At night I just try to cover myself like this, like because couple of weeks ago, there was this literally I was sleeping in the middle of the night, and I woke up, and I kid you not, guys, the room, the living room, turned green. It became green, like green, very green, like it was. The whole room was lit. It was as if someone came and turned on the light, and it became green. And I was like, what the hell is going on here? It's not charger lighting, it's not the computer, it's not the cell phone. I had the cell phone right beside me. The whole room became green. And I was like, okay. And I took the blanket, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna pretend like nothing's going on here.
What does it mean? So we established this. So if you're still here, it's not alien abduction, because otherwise you would be gone.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're still here. So what the orbs like and the colors?
It could be a visit from spirits, from entities. Because shortly, actually a few days after that is when I had I told you about the dead soul that visited me, that transmitted the message for me, of my friend.
Yeah.
So actually, it happens a few days after that. So I wonder if the soul had to do with it. I had this soul of one of my best friends. His mother died more than a decade ago, and she visited me in a dream because she wanted me to give a message to my friend. I'm gonna make a video YouTube about it in my channel. It's gonna come up next week, so guys, watch out for that. But it happened after I saw that light, so I was wondering if
that's actually good.
Yeah, I was wondering if it's her who was trying to manifest. But seeing the light, it's different from the dream, because when I saw the light, it was with my eyes wide open. It's very real.
Yeah,
it's real.
Yeah, but Richard is saying he also sees it like after the Kundalini awakening, he sees it.
Yeah,
like it's a clairvoyant.
Yeah,
it's not an dream.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think when you see something like that, like this, anything that has to do with light and colors and like orbs on any other like phenomena like that, it means that you like literally, I don't know, like sometimes they say it, and like your third eye is opening, and you start seeing like
things,
a tiny baby, see clearly or something, So your you see your awakens and you start seeing. So it means that's what's happening. This is the first thing, because also I know one of the first experience you had when you came to spiritual, also you were seeing.
I was seeing like I was gonna mention that about I was also seeing a lot of colors.
Yeah, and Seth used to be such a normal human being without all the spiritual stuff. So you got into research about spirituality because you start seeing all these things.
Yeah.
So, and it's literally that's what led him here now, and he is not only like he's a reader, but he also a channeler. So he channels now, so he became a channeler, like a medium. So maybe Richard, for you the same, you're on your path to become like a channeler or reader. So just wait for it. It comes in. If it's changing, you said it's blue now.
I just want to ask if he can clarify, because that's the difference that I want to elaborate on. If it's actually, if you see it with your eyes open or with your eyes closed, because for me, when I do see a lot of colors, but it's always in a meditative state when my eyes are closed. And I see a lot of colors, a lot of shapes, a lot of spirits, a lot of demons, a lot of faces. But so I want to see, because the last experience I had with the green light, it was with my eyes open, and that's a huge difference. So that's why it feels more physical than spiritual. It feels like someone is actually physically there in the room. So I want to know if you can clarify, if it's, do you see it in a meditative state with your eyes closed, or do you see it like this, like as with your eyes opened? Which one is it?
Richard, let us know, please. How do you see?
And then we can maybe elaborate more on what that means for you.
Yeah, but for me, I think you're just coming into your power. You becoming a medium for sure. So I think more shadows gonna come, more people gonna visit you. More spirits. Open. It's like this is how your eyes become like wide awake. Like I'm not talking about this eyes. It's just like you start becoming like a seer. You start seeing without.
And he's gonna feel too. And feeling too. You're gonna start feeling entities, feeling things around you that you can't see with your two eyes. Basically, you see them with the eye inside, with the mind's eye.
nightmares here. Hi, can any of you see auras?
Yes, I can.
Good boy.
No, it's just it's very. It's I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did. You can.
No, please, after this, of course, yes, you can talk to the class.
Oh God. No, it's I don't know why I did that. I think because
you got excited.
I got excited.
It's a very exciting thing for you because you see a lot of stuff. No one ever asks you. No one ever asks Seth if he can see auras.
That's true.
Wendy, thank you so much. That's why you guys have the same number 5. You think alike. You probably experience the same things.
No, it's true because a lot of people. Well, this aura thing is very mysterious, and how it happened to me, I think, is the reason why I did this. It happened in such a random way. It happened when I was a normal person, and I was talking to. Again, this is my boss. He's a guy. He's a guy in his like 50s, middle-aged man, and we were talking, and all of a sudden, I kid you not, got like I kid, just out of nowhere, it was this purple smoke light, and it was purple, and it was meeting. Can you imagine? You're in a work meeting.
Did you lose your job?
I almost lost.
That's
And
like an awkward way to start seeing auras.
It is. It was the first time I saw an aura, and I couldn't focus. And it was a serious meeting, and he was like, "So, we're doing this, and we're doing this," and I'm just like looking around him like a crazy person, and I'm like, "Yes, we can." And it was so powerful. And this guy was not spiritual. He was not. He was not. He was not like a into the occult or spirituality or anything, and that was the first time that this aura thing just clicked. It just happened, but I could after that I could see I can see your aura. I tell you that many times. I can see this thing around you, and it's usually the color green, or sometimes it could be yellow, sometimes it could be blue. I can see my aura as well. I can see like when it happened, it just happens. So I mean, that's the answer to the question.
This is actually such an interesting thing. So when you're saying, but isn't purple spiritual awareness? It's actually in a lot of books, people are claiming that purple aura is for spiritual awareness. And this person you said wasn't spiritual.
Guys, his favorite food was steak and meat. He didn't eat any vegetables, any fruits.
No spirituality.
No spirituality. No religion. He was a very promiscuous person. The guy was completely the opposite of spiritual, and he had the strongest aura I've ever seen. Not the strongest, but back then it was like powerful. So what does this tell us about auras?
I think it tells us that we don't know auras, like the perception of aura, the ability to see auras, because I do see auras, but not in a way that like the book says. So I love this question. Thank you, Wendy, so much. And when you read something, like purple aura is like spiritual awareness, orange aura.
That's more Hinduism. It's more Hinduism.
But it's not even. I don't think it's actually. It's true, because aura, the ability to see aura, and I think everyone can do it if you actually concentrate and you learn and you practice. You can actually start seeing auras. Because told me how to see auras of trees, and then it's
and then you eventually
I saw it. It took me less than a month, guys. It's actually very very easy to do. I would say.
The aura, seeing the aura of nature is the easiest, because nature has so much energy. So it's easy to see not easy, but it's for training to see the aura of trees and nature is a good practice.
Yes, Wendy. I heard of this too, that if you see into the mirror with the white background, you're going to see aura.
I see it actually. I see when I was practicing in the beginning, I did the mirror thing, and it actually works. The more I look in the mirror, I start seeing my aura around me. Or I don't have to use the mirror. I can just look at my hands like this. I give it like 2-3 minutes, and I start seeing my aura around.
Yeah, because for me, I see auras of people, and I don't see them in colors. Because some people, they don't have colors. Some people have, they actually have like forests around them. So the aura is the forest. So that's how I know this is shaman in front of me. Some people, they have like animals. Some people have water, like oceans. Some people have sky. Some of you guys, you have fire. So it's very interesting. The auras, they forever moving. Some auras is like an eggshell. For some people, it's like a cloud of storm. It's moving and like going different directions. Some auras are stable. Some auras are actually like they're like alive.
Yeah.
And some people's aura, believe me or not, it looks like it's like another person.
So it's like something.
It's
something
like
else.
something around you, and this is your aura. It's so different for everyone. That's what I'm saying. Like, we humans are so complex. We cannot be judged by one color or by one book or by one thing. So it's super super interesting though. So everyone can do it, and guys, train. This is one of the easiest things you can do, because we all have eyes and we all have sense and intuition. It's an amazing thing to do.
And I actually agree with you, like with what you said. Like Hinduism claimed that it's the chakra or whatever, and things. But at the same time, I don't buy it. I can see the colors, but I don't think it's what it represents.
For everyone.
And the proof that was sent to me by the universe as a sign is when I saw this person who was so not enlightened spiritually, and he had the strongest purple aura around. So it's proof that it's really not what it seems.
It's case by case.
Yeah. So,
by the way, Richard got back to us, and he says, "I see orbs with my eyes open and closed." Oh, I lost the comment. I see shadow people and figures of light, grids, trails, and lines. This is the comment here. Richard, you just became a medium. This is what mediums do see. So practice. You've been through awakening, so you awakened. Using it to like tarot, candles, candlelocks. Do some type of readings for yourself or others, and try to concentrate on what you see. Hold this image. When you see shadow people, talk to them, acknowledge them. Like, see, they might show your face. They actually might give you like something more to see, because when you acknowledge the presence, you're going to be shown more. So this is awesome. Like,
that's true.
Your awakening worked.
And it's part of it. It's part of the gift. It's part of the scene.
I saw somewhere interesting question. Oh, there it is, from Sarmiza Luna. What is the strongest number?
Strongest number, in my opinion, but and then I'll
66.
In my opinion, and I think I probably mentioned it too, but it was a couple of years ago or something. The strongest number, but again, it doesn't mean that some people are better than others or whatever. In terms of life path number, but it's number 9. Because just like, see here, if you guys, because it says like, if you guys can see us, can you please just tell us, because it is saying here that the connection is off. Just please, can you tell us if you can
hear us?
Because I hope the connection is still okay. It's good that we changed it, because the connection here is very the connection here is not good for but we can just leave it where it is right now.
Yes, now.
Unusual.
Wow, so much better.
All right.
Yay,
Okay,
we're
cool. We're back. Nice.
This is awesome. Sorry
All
about
right.
that.
Sorry, guys,
We
about
always
that.
have like
Technical problems.
in this room. Maybe it's the haunted doll.
Oh, it's a-
Since I put her there.
Yeah. We do we want to show them the haunted doll, or
Yeah,
we'll leave it for?
It's thank you so much, guys. It's like I left this doll behind, and this is the doll that I think haunting the connection here. So because before Annabelle.
This doll is haunted, guys, but it has such a
good
it's
haunting.
it's a good vibe.
She's not even showing. Look, you can see her face.
Oh, that's so weird.
She doesn't want to be seen.
That is so weird. Okay. All right. Sorry. We'll put her back. Sorry.
Yeah, it
Okay.
was blurred because she's a haunted one. So usually haunted objects they don't show good on camera. So
Yeah, it's a haunted doll.
So
Yeah.
I don't. Sometimes I think since she came here, I think she's like messing up connections.
The connection, yeah. Like I like.
Right, she's camera shy. Yeah. Actually, it's very true, guys. Haunted objects they don't like to be next to mirrors or next to cameras or something. Yeah, Nana. That's why she's like that.
Yeah. but very good. She has very good energy.
Very good haunting energy.
But we were talking about number 9. I think it's the most powerful number because again, if you take the series from 1 to 9, is the final number, and 9 encompasses all of the numbers together. In terms of numerology,
it's for Jennifer. She needs the doll. This is the doll.
She doesn't want to show her face. She doesn't want to. So, but there she is. There she is. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. The number 9 is the most powerful one because it's the last number of the series 1 to 9. And also one interesting thing is that if you take the numbers 1 to 8 and you add them up all together,
it becomes 9.
It becomes 9. If you do 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8, it's going to give you this 2-digit number. And if you add the 2-digit number together, it becomes 9. So 9 embodies every number out there. It embodies it. And also, if you check, the series of the 369 that Nikola Tesla talks about a lot, 9 embodies always the 3 and the 6. So 9 is the most powerful number. People who are born with life path number 9, not again to put people into boxes, take it with a grain of salt, but people who have number 9, they're usually born with amazing gifts that they don't need to work on. I knew people who have life path number 9 that they were born with, for example, gifts since a younger age. They're amazing at something. It's like they don't need to do anything. They just have it, So if your life path number is number 9, know that you have wisdom that's born within you from day one, but don't screw it. You use it to your advantage. Make something of it, because usually the talented people end up taking what they have for granted. But I think number 9 is the most powerful one. But it doesn't mean that,
for example, like Martina asking, does it mean that 1 is the weakest?
No, that doesn't mean that. No, one is the number of alignments, but it means that the start, it's the beginning. But 9 embodies all of the numbers together. It has them all. So if you're if you're at some level of success and abundance and you want a confirmation that you're on the right path, and then all of a sudden you see 999, it means you're good. It means, yes, this is the cycle. It's ending for you. You've done the work. You mastered your craft. You're there. But then also it means that this phase is going to end and something new is going to start. So
interesting number.
That's what I think. Do you have a preference for
no,
which?
I don't think that there is like strongest or weakest number. I think they always you cannot feel them. They're so different.
Yes.
Each number has something specific to it. So maybe at some point of time, maybe for example, if you no.
you don't. Yeah.
No,
Well, every number has its own meaning and it has its own power.
It's like depends where. So for example, if you're 5 and you build an empire, it's an amazing and a big city. But if you put yourself on a tiny isolated island, you're so good with your entrepreneurial skills. Good luck catching a fish. But someone with number 4 who's so in tune with nature, they're gonna survive on this island like amazingly.
Amazing example.
It's all perspective and
amazing
it's all
example.
use of the numbers. So it's
I love that.
I think the strongest number become the strongest when you are aligned with your number. You know how to use it. You know your weaknesses and also how to use your weaknesses. And when you connected to the number that you are at the moment. So this is when it becomes strong. I think number itself is an empty thing. It's like you have to give something to the number.
You have to give a meaning to it, like some sort of meaning.
To actually.
No, I
strong number.
I love what you said. I think it's such a cool example, and it's very true. I like it a lot because it depends on the meaning you give to the number and the situation you're going through.
Guys, also because today we're talking about how to interpret the signs. So if you receive any other signs on your daily basis, if you want to ask us what does the signs means, and it's not supposed to be just about numerology,
numbers,
literally anything. Because when you're going through awakening, there's so much things happening. So if you have any questions, let us know. And I think, do you want to pick any questions from the chat?
Sure. Yeah. Like, I mean, we can. Let's.
Okay, interesting question. The last
find
one.
Something. Yeah.
Which number represents demons?
So I think we answered that like in the beginning of the chat. Like I think you mentioned it. And it is number 6.
Number 6.
Although not to make it like a scary number. Again, demons are not just scary things that are supposed to look horrifying and scare you at night or haunt you or whatever. But number 6 is the portal between this realm and the spirit realm. It's that portal that takes you to the realm of demons, that takes you to the realm of spirits. Because when I say the spirit realm, think of it as this huge dimension that doesn't have time or space and that has all kinds of spirits. It has the bad ones, the good ones. It has the bad neighborhoods. It has the good neighborhoods. It has everything. And the portal to access that dimension that has those spirits is number 6. That's how I see it. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to demons, there is no difference for them like for any other numbers. Like if you're connected to demons, they can use any numbers they want. It's for them it's the same. Like there in the other realms, they don't have like good connotation, bad connotation. They don't see 11 is good, 6 is bad or something like that. So for them, they use the same. Actually, the universe, the angels, the demons, the spirits, they use the same tools, they use the same signs to communicate with us. So it's very hard sometimes to understand who is actually talking
who's talking.
Oh, Infinite Health, thank you so much. I experience deja vu all the time. Can you please share light on it for me? Deja vu is my favorite things. Thank you so much.
You go for it. You want to? It doesn't matter.
So for me, deja vus, they represent 2 things. Either if you are the one who actually very connected with the realm of dreams, if you see lucid dreams, colorful dreams, if you have prophetic dreams. So when you see deja vu, it might be a dream that you already saw about this specific moment. So for example, deja vu happens, it means you experience something that you already saw in your dream before. Or it could be something related to your past life reincarnations. When we experience deja vu, we experience a glimpse from the past life we had. So that's why it feels familiar. That's why it's like you have this feeling, I had this before, I've seen this before. It's just you don't know like how and why. This is for me what deja vu is.
I totally agree with you. It's a reminder of past life reincarnations, of previous lives that we've had. You go to a place for the first time, and then you feel like you know the place. You feel like you know the culture. You feel like you know the people. You feel so familiar there.
You've been there before in your past lives.
Yeah, it means you've had a reincarnation there, and you start having deja vus. You're like, oh, you're having some food in a new country for the first time, but then you're like, I'm familiar to this. Like, this is my food, and then, but it's the first time you're having it in your life. So that deja vu means that you've lived there before.
It's like confirmation of something that that the experience you already had.
Yes, definitely.
For me also, when you experience deja vu when it comes to people, when you meet someone like a stranger and you have deja vu, like you talk to this person and there's deja vu experience, it means this is also a person from your past life.
Past life,
someone you've
met,
or maybe you've seen in your dreams. So it's a confirmation of past experience.
And usually with these people, you know it right away, because you're like, you know, the conversation doesn't stop. You keep talking. You just, you know, you're familiar with each other, and it's just the first time, you know. So it means that that you've known them from before.
So actually, some people never experience deja vus in their whole life. So
really?
Only few people who actually remember the dreams or they remember the past life. So it's very cool thing to have.
That's amazing.
Thank you so much for the question. What else is there? I saw actually a lot of comment about birds. I know a lot of woke people start seeing random flocks of birds, especially blackbirds. What's your take on that?
I've had a dream recently where I saw a bird that looked so much like the demon Stolas or Malphas, either Stolas or Malphas. One of those two demons showed up in my dream, and they're both black. They're coming with message. They gave me a message in my dream, and I can't share that message with you because it was just for me. They're not necessarily my guardian demons, but seeing birds is always a sign that your guardian demons or your spirit guides are there to communicate with you. So if you see a bird and it's like numerology, as you said, in the spirit realm, they give you different signs. It comes in different ways. So if you see a black bird and you have this intuition, think about what were you thinking about at that moment. What were you thinking about? And that thing you were thinking about, it means yes, proceed. That's the thing. Or no, don't do it. You're not supposed to do it, depending on your intuition. So a black bird, black feather, is a sign that can be interpreted for a message that's coming to you specifically, and same as if you see birds in your dream as well.
I think birds are messengers. They are messengers,
and they fly too. It's like
so it's usually the sign of wisdom or connection. Someone is connecting. For people with shamanic blood, it's the sign that the spirits are with them. For people who have totem animals as birds, like seeing your totem animal, like in a living shape or form, it means something is happening. Sometimes it's a warning of someone trying to trick you or something bad, like even like car accident or something.
That's interesting. That's really interesting.
Birds, they have like so much power to actually like deliver the messages to us living humans. Sometimes they even like owls, for example, like in shamanic practices, they used to be seen as a wisdom. It's like a wisdom. Message of wisdom is coming. So something like coming for you. So
in many cultures, they mean that too. Like in other cultures too, owls are scary omens. It's like if you see them, you should go like even either cleanse or do a ritual. It's like some cultures believe that they're haunted, but it's related to the occult, to something mystic, something spiritual, you know, something dark. Owls are cool. They're really cool.
They live in the dark. They see in the dark. So when you see an owl, it means you're supposed to be shown something else. From the dark. Kisara, thank you so much. Funny thing, the first time I had a happy brownie, I see a colorful tunnel with triangular shapes, and then I started to see different realms.
Oh, triangular shapes. Interesting.
Do you still see them in like during normal like
when I had a brownie? I missed the part when I had a brownie. I had the same experience but without a brownie.
That's interesting. That's what I'm saying. If you experience the same without the brownie, that's real.
This enters the realm of geometry and sacred geometry. Triangles, I want to say something. They're the building blocks of the universe. Triangle is the strongest geometric shape that's out there because it's built on two lines that are basically intersecting each other. So you get the strongest foundation by looking at a triangle. By drawing a triangle, you get the strongest foundation, and that's why many temples have have at the top of many temples have these triangular shapes. You have the pyramids. The pyramids are basically 4 different triangles coming with each other like this. So a triangle gives you the most perfect foundation, the strongest foundation, but it is also the code of this reality. When I see sacred geometry in a meditative state, the first time I saw it was with triangles. It's almost like this net. It's like a net that's made out of tiny triangles, and that net is what composes this reality. So I saw it without a brownie. I saw it just from a meditative state. But I know a lot of people induce these experiences through psychedelics. I don't recommend it, and I know that both of us, we don't recommend that. We don't recommend psychedelics, and maybe we can talk about this another time, because it's better that you induce that experience naturally and not through something else. But then if you see these triangles, it means that you're trying to see that's the triangles are the veil. It's like you're trying to it's like the universe is showing you this is the veil, and then you're about to see what's behind it if you work on yourself. That's but I had that experience. I even made a sacred geometry code out of that vision, and I have it on my store.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to pick a question?
Sure.
As a guest of honor, please. Because I'm picking all the questions.
Which is amazing. You pick very pertinent questions, which is amazing. Let's see here.
And guys, ask questions if you want us to pick something, because instead of going up to the oldest questions that I might miss. So if you have more questions, let us know in the comment section.
There's a lot here. There's so much.
So many, yeah.
Trying to see here if there is.
Maybe I also want to find question.
Okay, I'm trying to pick a question that has something new, like with new information.
New information.
Yeah, with something that we haven't already addressed in the beginning of the video. Let's just see here.
Far, I see a question you're asking if I can tell you, but I missed your question. So let me know what's you're trying to ask me.
Okay.
I actually love how you guys like talk to each other. It feels like such an awesome community of like-minded people. You're like so safe and awesome.
Here it says it's true here in Peru, shamans use ayahuasca to see things.
That's the
Oh, that's the same.
Yeah.
Oh, the same question. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
So it's like how you say like
I see.
induced visions.
in-
Ayahuasca. Yeah, ayahuasca is huge now.
Yeah, it's very huge. Here, well, can you please explain 222? We mentioned it before.
Yeah, like a few times.
Yeah, we mentioned it a few times before, but 222 is basically means the beginning of something new. It represents duality. You have two entities coming in to create something, because one is alignment with one person, one thing, one entity cannot create, but 2 people can create. That's how human beings are able to have babies or animals. You need always 2 entities to create something new or to create a third thing. So number 2 represents creation, the beginning of something new. And also, as you mentioned, the choice of you're presented with 2 choices because it's the realm of duality. So which one are you going to pick? But it's the beginning of something new in your life.
Awesome question from Rachel.
Okay.
How about warning signs we should consider?
Warning signs. Oh, interesting.
It's like, for me, the easiest warning sign is
Mhm.
actually when something starts going wrong since the beginning. So if, for example, you're going for a new job interview, if you're going to catch a plane, if you're going somewhere, if you need to drive your car, and then everything goes wrong, like everything, this is the warning sign. You don't have to see more sign. It's like, stop, don't do this thing that you're supposed to do. If it's not aligned, everything, like every spirit guide that you have, every demon and angel, like everyone standing behind you, they're gonna mess up your experience. So when something goes wrong, this is the first sign that this is a warning sign.
Yeah, it's a. I was actually smiling as you were saying it, because I couldn't agree more, and I think that the signs of danger
Mhm.
are the easiest to
Easiest one
catch,
to catch, yeah.
versus the signs of alignment and the signs that you're supposed to take this.
Yeah.
But the moment it's something that you're not supposed to do, it's chaos. Everything
Mhm.
becomes chaos, as she said. Like you start tripping everywhere, you fall, you drop your coffee, you know, like a bike almost hits you when you're crossing the street. Like everything starts going wrong.
Mhm.
Your plans don't happen. Wherever you're supposed to go doesn't happen. The road is blocked. It's it's so easy to see signs that it's not the right thing.
Don't do this. Yeah.
Don't do it, you know. And usually, for me, I'm grateful that it's like that, because it's so easy to catch. It's so easy to catch, versus, oh, this is the path you're
Mhm.
supposed to take. You know, like when it comes to that, it's more challenging.
Yeah, for sure. And other bad signs, like, for example, superstitions are the ones. If you believe in superstitions, those are become the warnings, because you
Mhm.
put your belief in it.
Mhm.
So when you break mirror, it's actually something bad happening. If something like 13, number 13 black cat, if you believe in this has become your sign. Anything when something happens to you and then you feel subconsciously this is not good, this is the sign, regardless what it is. If you have this gut feeling, like, stop everything, don't do these things. When it comes to warning signs, for every person it's different sign. It could be specific, like color, specific thing, specific woman. So
Mhm.
make sure you know yours, because a lot of signs that I might say this is a warning sign, it's just a superstition.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
actually not a warning
It's
sign.
not. Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like it has more to do with the action that's happening. For
Mhm.
example, let's say, I'm trying to find a concrete example of something that you want to happen, and then the universe blocks it for you. It just
Mhm.
stops it from, on purpose.
Yeah.
And that's when that's an
Mhm.
omen that you're not supposed to do it.
Michael Arch is asking, do you work with the Goetia? If so, what's your take on the protection triangle and circle? Do you use them for the rituals? This is not only Goetia, it's actually any witchcraft, shamanic practice. It's always like creating a circle of protection.
Yeah.
It's like triangles, like
Try,
any
yeah.
hexagrams, pentagrams,
Pentagrams,
all of them.
hexagons. Yeah.
So, what's your take on that?
Yeah, like
Because you do a lot of rituals.
yeah,
a lot of
like
rituals.
circle is definitely, it's where you want to draw the boundaries, because circle is the sphere of creation. Creation is it's a sphere, it's a circle.
Mhm.
So when you draw a circle in your ritual, you're drawing the boundaries, you're drawing that portal that you want
Mhm.
to happen. What's the boundaries for it? Do you want the whole room to be the portal, or you want just this much to be the portal? Because portals, when they open, they have sizes. They can be small, they can be big. So you can draw that circle to draw the boundaries. Where do you want it to end? And it also represents, as I mentioned, creation. So you're creating a portal.
Yes.
And the triangles are also very important. I just mentioned just now triangles as a tool of it's foundational. It's something that gives you a very solid basis.
Mhm.
So use the triangle. It has it's also the representation of number three, because it's three sides, three dots form the triangle. So use the triangle if you want to focus on mastery, if you want to focus on becoming who you truly are, and use the triangle in your ritual to manifest mastery in your life, to manifest, yeah, just your high. enter, like, be in touch with your higher self, like that. It also represents the either masculine energy going up, feminine energy going down, and that's why the hexagram is the interlocking triangles. So it has a lot of meanings,
Like for me, when I cast my rituals, I never use any circles or triangles.
You don't use the geometry, much,
No geometry, no numbers. Because for me, it's very intuitive thing, and I'm seeing a lot of things.
Yes.
So I don't believe that any shape can protect me or anyone I'm working with. So, but this is my belief again. So if you believe that circle is or triangle is something good for you, if I would be using something, I would use triangle for sure.
But it's such a great point, because it's the intention. It's all about the intention you put in whatever tool that you use. So there's no right or wrong thing to do it. Some people use geometry as tools, some people use numbers, and some people use like elements of nature. It's not like it's not a set in stone kind of thing.
Because, for example, I myself am very intuitive. So for me, if I have some kind of boundaries,
it blocks you.
It blocks me.
It blocks you. Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed. Yeah.
So, and I know a lot of practitioners, like especially when it comes to voodoo magic, like or like energy healings, they need this set rule, like what they need to do.
It's like
the ritual
like
magic.
Plan,
they're supposed to like actually ritual transcendental magic. So they have this what they're supposed to do. The circle, this like this candle specific point, whichever works for you, because this is who you are. You know better, and it's all the power of mind. So either or, it's still gonna work.
That's true. I agree with you, and I think for me it's more like I have to know the properties of each thing, and then I create my own thing. It's like I know the properties of geometry of each geometrical shape and sacred geometry, and then as I use it with my own intention, versus as what you mentioned, following a book or following a plan that someone wrote before. So.
V Call is asking, what you ask a spirit their name, are they obligated to tell you, or can you compel them? They don't have, it's like when you ask a person a name, do they obligate to tell you? It's like exactly the same, no obligations. If they want to tell you, you're lucky one, because sometimes they might trick you, they might not say their name, or sometimes they don't even know their name, or they don't have a name, or it's a name from another culture. You don't know, you can hear it, you don't know how to even pronounce it and write it down. No obligations, it's always different, but I would say, to be safe and sure, ask 3 times, write it down, and see if it's the same repetitive name. If it's specific deity or a spirit you're trying to work with, make sure that like for the whole week, 7 days, it's three times comes the same name. So, but they don't have to tell you, and there's no way you can make them tell you as well if they don't want to.
For sure. Yes.
When you know that number is the warning one.
When you know the number, if a number is a warning, I personally, I never receive numbers as a warning. I don't.
I think I couldn't agree more, because I think they are in this realm when they're the spirit guides or the universe sends us the number, but like this negative and positive, it doesn't exist. It's all neutral. So that's why all these numbers are like usually never seen as a warning one. So if it's for you a warning number, it's your personal
then that's your personal experience. Exactly.
The numbers, they don't have actually a warning.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Because the universe doesn't see that this is like, if you perceive this experience as a negative, it doesn't mean that the universe sees it as a negative, because from this negativity comes something amazing. This is your test. This is the way of transformation. So no negativity in numbers.
No, I think it's just a personal experience that felt negative personally to you. Then that's how you see it.
From Seed question, for me, you mentioned the type of aura before, were people in it. Could you explain that more? How does that look like, and what do you think it stands for? So this is the type of aura when people either have, there's like different situations. So usually the major one is when people, they born with a spirit attached to them. Sometimes it's, for example, you have like a twins, but one died at birth. So this spirit going to be standing next to you because it's your soul. Like it's kind of your It's hard to explain, but this is the connection that's supposed to be with you by life. It's not happened, but it's still this soul gonna live the life. So
Yeah.
it's literally, it looks like the same person.
Is it like a guardian spirit sort of?
It's gonna
Or-
look like, for example, if it would be in your case,
Yeah.
it would be like you, and then the aura that looks like you,
I see. Oh,
but maybe
interesting.
like bigger or smaller. So it's like exactly, it's to you. That's how I would see it.
Wow, that's very cool. Yeah.
Some people I've met, this is actually how I get to know Anunnaki,
Mhm.
because I met one person and he was introduced to me by another witch, and she literally put this guy in front of me and he said, read him. And that's it. And I didn't know his name. I didn't know the person. Like I was caught off guard, but I think that's one of the best readings, when you don't expect anything, and you don't prepare.
And when you don't know the person.
Yeah.
As well.
So literally, this person in front of me was so unusual. This was the first time when I saw Anunnaki standing behind the person, and that was his aura.
That's crazy. Wow.
And I didn't know that this was Anunnaki. I wasn't.
You weren't aware of what the Anunnaki were.
I wasn't
or anything,
researching anything like this. I was researching witchcraft at the moment, and I was. Like,
how did you know it was Anunnaki? Did you learn later?
I described this guy how his aura looked like. I literally said like. This high, it's like not human high, like higher, and
like a very tall, tall, like a super tall being.
Super tall being, not like muscular, but not super skinny, like normal,
like fits,
and it feels like a male energy, and it looks like this like desert people, like in turbans and all of these clothes.
Yeah,
but it's him. It's also him, and I see.
That's very interesting.
I see when you walk in the sand. It follows you like this exactly, and sometimes it goes around. When you're lost, you don't feel connection, and that's he said when he get high, he doesn't feel himself. So he like when he under like any influence of drugs or alcohol, like this aura leaves him, and that's why he says sometimes when he's drunk he always cold, but when he's okay he's always warm. It was like winter, but he was like almost like
so when he's under the influence, this thing kind of leaves him. It kind of leaves him.
That's what I'm saying, auras, they can leave us as well.
Yeah.
So when I explained how this aura looks like, and he said this is Anunnaki, this is how for me I see Anunnaki. And I said this is your Anunnaki aura, that's why you have connection to Anunnaki.
You think it's some sort of a spirit that's attached to him from his previous life, or that's him in his previous life and part of that spirit?
His spirit that became to be his aura, because this guy has a very unusual soul. There are people,
wow.
Guys, like I love to do readings because it gives me opportunity to meet crazy, amazing people around the world, rare ones. Yes, because usually amazing people are actually into all of this. Because if your soul is dead, if you just like living as a consumer and you don't have purpose, you're never going to be like here even.
No.
So literally when I meat these people, the stuff that I get to see, it's incredible. I even lost my train of thought because I was like so like amazing people.
No, because I asked the spirits of this Anunnaki dude that you saw.
So it was his aura, but it was because in his past reincarnations he was an alchemist, he was an Anunnaki, he was a warrior, he was so many things, and this is the one that guards him still. It's his soul that
manifests as his
aura.
Own. But I feel like do you choose to call it aura, or do you think that's actually a spirit guardian?
For him specifically, that was aura.
Really? Wow.
Because he had other guardian spirits and guardian demons, and he had ancestors standing behind him.
That's fascinating.
So it was his aura, and that's why I still remember it.
Wow,
it was very unusual.
That is fascinating.
For some people,
that's crazy.
We all have this higher self type of energy around us. This is something like when people aligned and connected with the higher selves, they whole thing together. For some people, they cannot connect to their higher selves. That's why they're struggling in life. That's why even they spiritual and awakened, they don't have like money or job or guidance, or the path is like all off. It's because they higher self is actually becomes their aura. It's like they trying to do the work, the connection, but it's kind of happening, but in such a wrong way. So the higher self becomes aura.
Wow, interesting.
And some people, they don't have aura whatsoever, It's also very unusual, but it happens. And some people, they have aura that looks like their specific spirits or specific ancestors that's still with them, especially for witches or sages or dark magicians. Those aura looks like the person, for example, great grandma or grandfather who passed away and now is right here.
It's just like
it's
it's
in you,
around.
and it's all the way they're gonna look like. It's all about how you look like. So, for example, I met this shaman. He is shaman practitioner. So on his altar, he used to have a photograph of his grandfather, who was also shaman, and he learned shamanism from him. I never saw the photo, and when I wasn't doing the reading, we were just talking about what we see when we do the readings. And for example, I told him, like, whenever you start thinking about something as a human being, your aura comes out, and your aura looks like this. And it's actually he was like my high, but his aura, like when it comes out, like it was a little bit shorter. And I described, this is the person that looks very similar like you, but a little bit different. So the hair is different because the shaman was blonde, and this aura was dark hair and was dark eyes and mustache and different clothes. And I described him, and he's like, "Are you kidding me?" And he put me down, like downstairs. He took me downstairs.
And she showed you the photo.
And he's like, "This is the photo. This is the aura." And it's like, "Yeah, this is your aura." And he's like, "This is my grandma. I've never met him, but he was the shaman. I've read his books and I learned from him." And I'm like, so he is working through you, and this was his aura. He didn't have any normal human aura. So this aura thing is so interesting. So like,
but for you, like when it comes to clarify, it comes through the readings, and it just shows. It just either shows or it doesn't. Right?
It always shows.
It always shows for any human being. It shows.
Yeah, it shows for, even if I'm in the coffee shop in a line, I'm gonna see.
I see.
So maybe sometimes I feel energy, but it's like actually for me sometimes it's harder to feel energy of human. Because we tend to hide our energies a lot, and we tend to depends on how we feel, the energy gonna feel different. So maybe I'm feeling your energy and it's not good because you feel down or you didn't get your sleep, and your energy gonna be affected. But the aura is always different than energy. And the aura is easier to see, because if you're not energetic at the moment, or if you're thinking, or if you just like concentrating on your mind, your energy might go in. A lot of people are good at hiding energy. So a lot of energy healers, they actually can take the energy and like put it inside.
They camouflage, they hide it. They hide it inside
because they need it for healing, for example, or they going through some kind of practice at the moment, so you don't see their energy.
I see. Is that what reflects people in like normal society who are having, just like distracted, not the witches, not the mages, not the awakened ones? When you see people who are, for example, you see them and they're dead inside, and are those people the ones who like they're hiding that energy, or they're not even aware of it? Or how can you describe those people?
Sometimes their physical body is actually so sick that they don't have energy, just because the body cannot even produce the energy anymore. And the energy is just like, it also can be dead, it can be down. Sometimes, some people have energy under their feet. Under the feet, so you don't see energy in front, you have to look down. Some people have their energy like here. Like philosopher, for example, sometimes, when I do reading for someone and I'm going to say, you're a philosopher, how do I know? Because right away I see your energy is concentrated here.
No.
So it means you think so much, your energy always goes
here.
It's
always, yeah.
So it's very interesting, but the aura is amazing because it's always there.
Wow.
Aura doesn't reflect our physical like body. It doesn't reflect how we feel or how we think, or what we're about to do. Aura is just there because it's part of our like existence.
Yes.
Aura is how you seen in the other like realms, for example, because some of the readings I have, it's an email reading. I don't get to see a person. I see their hand, for example, the photo of their hand, or I see aura when I connect to them. So I see aura of this person, but I don't see the actual physical person. So that's why, for example, if you get my reading and I'm going to tell you, you are a goddess. And because I see you as a goddess, it's not because like you're a goddess in a sassy way, like, oh,
like what, like nowadays, like, I'm a goddess, woo,
Yeah,
you know,
no,
like
no, because you are
it's actually
there.
you're there, you're seeing
There,
the real
your
thing,
aura,
you know. Yeah,
its
yeah.
aura shows to me like a
Yeah.
goddess. Or for example, some people, you know, when I see someone, especially when I'm into this environment, like if I'm working at metaphysical store or expecting people to come for reading, and when I'm into my zone, so when people enter,
Mhm.
sometimes first the aura comes and then the person. It's like
So you feel the person before they even enter. You
yes,
you can feel
yeah,
that someone is coming.
because for some people the aura is like 2 steps ahead.
Wow.
So sometimes like I see like
This is fascinating.
yeah, I stand somewhere and then I feel, oh, someone is incredible behind me, and I turn and there's no one there, but I see this thing, and then the person comes. And I'm like, wow, okay.
Oh.
And that's why sometimes I react very weirdly when I see people.
Yeah, guys, she does. I witnessed it. She does react.
It's not me. It's not on purpose.
It's like you act in in very unpredictable ways. It's like what you described.
Yeah.
It's like very and it doesn't mean it in like the people who are all over the place. It's actually it's it happens randomly.
Right.
It's like it's almost like you're just okay normal, and then all of a sudden you see a person and you're like and you're like hyped.
Yeah.
You know, and I witnessed that, and I'm like, wow, what is that? Why? And then you tell me that person is this and this and this and this and this and this, and I'm like, you know, and
yeah, and I wish I
you
could
know.
go to these people and like tell them, but
Yeah.
some of them I also see that they have this box, like their mind is very normal. So if I say something like this, they might call police on me. You know?
Yeah, you told me this example of this person you saw at this ancient tomb you visited, and there was this man with his family. Do you remember you mentioned that? And you just saw this crazy high potential that you felt, and you turn, and there was just this guy who's like slouched, and he was just like, you know, like do you remember this thing you mentioned in the Aminta's tombs? I think you were there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like can you
Like,
share with us that experience? Because
yeah,
this is what she's gonna say is very fascinating. Like if you want to share that story, I think it's amazing. You know.
yeah, it's I was in the Aminta's tomb and I was sitting behind because Aminta's tomb is a sacred tomb of a king, and they said it's like a haunted tomb.
Mhm.
And I was just sitting. I think I wanted to took a photo or film, or was just
Mhm.
like I was in my zone. I was waiting because there was like
Mhm.
people coming in and out, and a lot of people they're actually scared to enter. So I I was just sitting there, and I was hearing a lot of this conversation. A lot of tourists come there from all over the world, and some tourists just go enter the tomb but take photos inside because it's an open tomb. And that body was there, the king was there, many other people were there, so it's like
Yes.
a big tomb.
Yeah.
And some people they're like, oh, I'm scared, I don't want to enter. And I'm so curious. It's like some people feel that this is a haunted place, that
Yeah.
not everyone allowed to enter.
Yeah.
And it's fine. It's just because these people are fine, they're normal. Like I
Yeah.
don't see anything, I don't feel anything. And then I'm not looking anymore. I'm just like
You're
I'm
just
thinking,
yeah.
I'm
You're
thinking about
thinking
something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I feel in front of me. So the tomb is behind, and in front of me, I feel there's like amazing energy of like this ancient demon priest or king, and it's like it's so powerful. I'm like, wow,
Wow.
this is amazing. Like I wonder if it's
So you felt that you felt
that,
you felt
yeah.
it. You're like, what is this?
I didn't feel human. I was so excited. Wow, like someone summoned this beautiful energy there.
Yeah.
And I look up, and I see this like normal looking tourist father. so normal looking in a way that it's like doesn't make sense, like tank top, like shorts, you know, like having child, like, photo camera, like glasses. And I'm like, oh my fuck, what is this?
What is?
But and then like, oh, okay, so
But
it's like,
and clearly this guy is not aware of this
Nothing,
energy.
like
He's not
nothing.
aware of the potential that he has. It's like this
Yeah.
this king, this kind of like this powerful being.
yeah, and I stopped looking, and then I look down, and then I feel him when he walks. I feel his presence, this aura of his,
Yeah.
and this demons that like with him, and he moved like to the other side,
Yeah.
and I just like I cannot not to look, because this is amazing. Like
Yeah,
it's so rare when you see people like this in your life.
Yes.
It's very rare.
That's crazy.
And I looked again at him, and he's staring at me. Not because he's out checking me out, because he's with his wife and with his daughter, but he also feels something.
He feels something too. Yeah.
And
But that's the thing. Like when sorry to interrupt you, guys. When you feel something sometimes with people, like what she's describing, and then you stare and they stare back. It's not always sexual, or it's not about lust, because humans have the brain of a, they're always thinking, oh, the girl is into me, oh, I'm into her, oh, sometimes it's more than that. Sometimes the energy is there's something crazy in there. And
this is actually what Wendy loves is asking, how about a sign that you met your soulmate, not only romantically? This is the sign when you look at someone and there's something in you, like it's like there, you feel it. There's something. And it could be like someone, not even like romantically, it could be like someone much older, much younger, like
exactly,
from different even like background, race, person who doesn't speak your language, person that you just like bump into street, or it could be anyone. And this is how you know this is your soulmate, or this is someone you met before. And
it fascinates me how sometimes people have these potentials, and they probably carry that with them from their previous lives, but then they end up in this lifetime being just like a super normal, trying to fit in as much as possible. But I guess it's all for a reason, I guess, like.
And the most interesting thing, I kept sitting there, and so this family, it was basically this gifted amazing person and his wife and tiny kid and their friends, another couple with kids. And they all, of course, they went to take a photos, and they were like, oh, we should go to the tomb. And so they all went, and he didn't. This person didn't go there.
He didn't go inside the haunted tomb.
And I knew he's not supposed to go, because people like this, who actually have demons following them, who can actually bring demons with them, those are the people who are supposed to be very careful when it comes to tombs, ancient burial grounds, graveyards. So those are the ones that are not supposed to go as normal people, because they disturb them, and then they talk to them, and they might pick them up.
You don't know what you're bringing back home with you.
Exactly.
You don't know,
and you don't know who's entering with you. So this person literally he said like, I'm not coming in.
So he knew it. All his family went in, but he said, "No, I'm not going."
Come on, like let's take it. And he was so persistent, and it became like even like dramatic. Like why
they were arguing? They started arguing.
He's even much older than me. It's like normal guy, very mature guy, and he's like, "I'm not coming." He was so persistent, and they became so like even making jokes and laugh, like why? And I was sitting there, but like when I have sometimes this. Like something pushes me to speak. I was feeling this, like I have to, and I literally like I turned and I said like, don't, he's not allowed. Don't let him come. Like,
you said it to the family
right away, and it's literally someone pushed me. I didn't want to say anything.
Guys, this is how badass Ina Witch is. This is how badass she can go to a stranger family and tell the husband of the wife. Or tell the wife and the whole family, don't tell your husband to go in.
When they make me. Only when I use my mind, I don't do things like that.
But it's usually this when this comes to you, it's almost like not you acting. It's something that pushes you.
Yeah.
Something pushes you to act, right?
And I know it's happening. It's like I have this feeling here. This is how I see it. And then it's like about like I'm about to cry, and then like I know like, oh, it's happening. It's happening. And then it happens. And I remember like they all got so scared, and the guy was so scared, and he was like, why? And he was so serious right away. And then I knew like he knows, and I said like, for you, blah 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 blah. And he's like, how do you know? Like, and I'm like, I just know. And then he sat down next to me. It's like the whole family basically was like,
he's like, I'm gonna chill here.
And he's like, my mom, my grandma, they practice witchcraft. They do this. They
really?
Do this,
oh, there you go. So he said the things.
Yeah,
oh, wow.
He's like I think from Mongolia. It's there. It's like the shamanic ways. But he's the one. He sees prophetic dreams. He sees that.
Wow.
They visit. He feels. He's scared. He doesn't know. And literally we talked about this and I told him what to do if he ever wants to enter, what he needs to do.
What he needs to do for the process or just the procedure.
And literally, like, this is amazing. And this is also his aura.
Yeah.
Because his aura, it wasn't human aura. His aura actually was darkness. Just like this huge dark cloud that always like.
And I want to ask you about this because I think there's Sylvia here. She says, Ina, I have orange and red. Can you tell me? But I think Sylvia wasn't here earlier. Just to clarify that Ina Witch doesn't see the aura as in colors like the mainstream way that Hinduism is saying. Ina Witch sees auras as different entities. She sees auras as different spirits. It's not about color. That's more like the mainstream way of seeing things. I can see colors, but I'm skeptical about that. I think the color thing is not really aura. I think what you describe is the real thing. So for you, when you see these entities, could they be like animals too? Can a person have animals?
For shamans, yeah.
For shamans.
That's why for me it's so easy with people, because the aura shows it. Like for guys who have this, so shamans, they have auras like forests. They have like animals, totem animals. They have butterflies. Energy healers, they have incredible auras. It look like it's like, imagine, for example, seeing an energy healer, and this is energy healer because this person, it could be like, for example, like nice lady in a suit that rush into her meeting, and around her butterflies, beautiful flowers, like bushes, like like some
That's
interesting,
so
like
cool.
like sounds, for example, or like sunshine, like rays of sunshine, this like mesmerizing, beautiful things, and she's so running in her high heels to her meeting, and this is all happening around her. And for shamans, it's a lot of times it's trees with animals next to them, or birds. So that's why I can say like your totem animal is owl, your totem animal is fox, something like that.
I see.
For seers,
that's interesting. That's interesting.
I know a witch when I see her right away, because witches, they usually come with their ancestors or with their like the power, it comes with them. It's like you see it when you look, sometimes when you look into the eyes to someone, and right away they have such a magnetic, powerful stare. Usually they're witches.
I see. Like what do you have to say about witches in general? Because nowadays, just every other person wants to be a witch. Like how do you, like, when what's this is just my personal curiosity. I'm sorry. I'm just
I'm so curious because I want to answer, guys.
Just one quick question. What's the ratio? How are there as many witches as people claim or not?
Unfortunately, not. Usually for I don't want to.
Okay, there's a lot of witches. Okay, that's the answer. Okay.
For example, for 100 people who claim to be a witch, there may be one who is a witch.
For 100, there's only one.
Yes. For
wow.
Oh, speaking of a witch, Mariana B, welcome, my shamanic witch. Thank you so much. You see a witch when you see one, and there she is. Mariana, actually, such an amazing example. Mariana, we're actually talking about auras and how I see auras and interesting people. So Mariana B, yes, so she was one of these people who show me how I can see.
Oh, wow.
She is the most unusual person I've met so far.
Mariana B.
This is Mariana B.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Hello, Mariana.
So thank you for coming. Thank you for joining. So literally, I was at the store. I wasn't doing anything. I was working there as a tarot reader, but I was upstairs, literally just minding my own business, like having fun, torturing people, talking with them.
Yeah.
So, and I saw Mariana. So first of all, she was standing back to me, like I saw her back, and not only back. Oh, guys, okay, audio is in and out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Can you hear us? Can you see us?
It's let us know, guys. Let us know if you can hear us. I think the connection. I hope it's not the doll.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good now. Maybe it's the doll.
The doll. Yeah. It's Mariana.
It's Mariana. Mariana came in the chat and froze the whole thing.
Thank you so much, guys. So she was facing her back, and she was doing something on a shelf, like choosing something. And then I turn, and then I see this madness. It's literally every possible aura that I've seen before is there. It's like there is a huge black cloud. There is like tremendous amount of animals like running around.
Wow.
There is a light, there is a moon, there is a dark, and there is a wolf.
A wolf as well.
There.
Wow.
And there is
Wow.
like entities coming back and forth.
Wow.
And was like, I literally was like, what is this person like?
What's going on?
I can't wait to see it. Literally, like everything that could be there in a human being, it's there. And I dashed to her, and I literally, like, in my own like unique way, I think I cut you, Mariana. Like, I made you turn to me, and I said something like right away, not hi, bye, like nothing.
You just again, like, you just said something.
I said something to Mariana, and then she turns, and she has different eyes, different colors, like. One is green, one is blue.
What do you call that? Heterochromia. Heterochromia.
Not only this, the eyes of a witch, and then when she turns, first you don't see her face, you don't see her human being. First, you actually see a wolf, like half of
like
the
a wolf.
wolf.
Well, you saw that.
I saw.
You saw that.
So I saw half of a wolf and the night with the moon right there.
So wolf and moon.
And the moon
right there.
Right there. And I don't see a person.
Wow.
And I'm like, what is this? Wow. And I think that's why I start torturing you with the questions, and like I think remember like you were trying to push me away with your energy in the beginning because it was too much, because I wasn't really like
you kind of abruptly you just went to her private space. You just like,
because this is magnificent. I don't know if I'm gonna get to experience something like this or not.
You communicate with these gifted people the same way how spirits show up.
Yeah, like I'm there.
Like when spirits show up, they're just like, I'm here. There's no manners. There's no like there's no hello, how are you? No. It's just there, know.
Yeah, and she eventually like get the reading from me, and now she's a reader herself. She does past life regressions because I told her she's like amazing. Her life story is crazy.
Wow.
This is the person that I can't wait for her to write a book, memoir.
Wow.
To read her life, like everything.
Everything, yeah, that's amazing.
This is one of these rare ones that is actually like the one
the real deal.
Eventually I'm going to write books about these people. She's going to be there.
Wow.
This is how incredible human beings are. This is how we don't know enough. Yeah. So when it comes to witches,
fascinating.
A lot of people claim that they're witches, but they're not. They really want to. They feel they don't like fit in, so they think the witchcraft is now becomes like so easy, like go to like McDonald's. It's like it becomes a fast food of occult.
It's junk food. The occult's junk food is becoming witchcraft right now.
Yeah,
I agree with you so much.
If you think you're a witch, maybe you're not a witch. Maybe you're medium. Maybe you're a psychic. Maybe you're empath. Maybe you're an alien. Maybe you have dark like blood of like ancient gods in you. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're a witch.
Yeah.
If you're a witch, usually those ones, they don't know about this. Like I think Mariana still thinks she's not a witch. This is going to be the last.
I find like the more talented gifted people are usually the most skeptical ones.
Yes.
They don't even they're always like, oh, well, I don't know.
Mariana, she's still skeptical about her abilities, even though she reads past lives, like she does amazing regressions, and people come to her, so no. I'm still on my path. Yeah. So yes, but if you think that you are something confirmed with like readers or someone,
make sure you are the
witch, because you can spend like 8 years casting spells, nothing works, because you're a shaman, for example, or because you're a medium.
Yeah.
And you're trying to read like ingredients and like sigils and spirits, like 10,000 spirits talking to you at the moment, like, hello, excuse me, and you're like, no, I'm very busy and important, or I'm trying to learn how to do Reiki healings.
And then you're like, you're a medium. What Reiki are you
talking about? So, but a lot of gifted people.
It usually has to do with trends. It has to do with what people are.
Trends,
Yeah, it's the trend right now, and then everyone wants to be a witch, and then you're barking at the wrong tree the whole time, and then unfortunately, it's the case with many trends out there.
Yeah, you also in the beginning you were like
I was a light worker.
This guy. So much light work he did. But this shows how this media is confuses us.
It confuses it. And guys, I thought I was a light worker, and every second and every hour and every year, because it would lasted for years, every moment of me thinking I was a light worker, nothing worked in my life until the moment I dropped light working, and then everything started working in my life. So be careful about these trends. Don't follow them. Know who you truly are. Don't follow any trend out there. Otherwise, you're setting up yourself for failure. You're just gonna
See it as laughing safe and light work.
I'm a little bit embarrassed about that, but it's just like, you expose me. Don't please expose me.
No, don't blame me for who you are. Yes, in private readings, so if you get like private readings from us, you can get like you can ask anything. Please,
it's interesting.
Alexis Lilith, hey, thank you so much. You have a question. I've had a reading with Ina, and I'm curious. You said you had two entities. I'm curious if this is what you're talking about. Sending love and gratitude. Much love to you, Alexis. So these entities that you have is actually not the aura. Your aura is different. Your aura actually somewhat normal aura. It's actually changing colors. It actually has colors, and it's changing colors when you change your mood. So it's always different, and sometimes it goes like a rainbow in different colors. Yeah,
I think that's the one that everyone. That's even the one I see. I think it's that. It's like the ones that changes colors. Isn't that like?
No, yours is actually different because it feels like in a cloud.
Oh.
So it's like it has a 3D kind of thing to it. I don't know how to explain. It's very different. But
it's kind of hard to sometimes interpret these whatever you see.
It's not color. It's just when you walk, you change color around you. This is how it is.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Two entities with you are it's not 10 anymore. It's more now. You have 5 entities. Those are the ones that just come for you, and those entities are nothing. I would say nothing I've felt before. That's why I didn't like explain myself, because usually I say this is ancestor or this is this or that. So your entities are actually something that you pick up when you like follow your daily routine, because you change color, and this color change that you induce in this world, you actually do this in the realm of any other realm that actually you walk through, like any portal. So you pick up different entities as you go, and those could be like, for example, Anunnaki, if you went through this, like the realm of deities. Those could be people who passed away. Those could be your ancestors. They always changing, because you have the access to like every portal. So when you walk, your aura pick up like all
these different
it's changing color in every realm and portal, and you are very open to portals. That's why they're always changing, and that's why they're so different to tell what they are at every moment.
I see.
This is very unusual thing about you. I think sometimes I can't even explain it properly, because for me, it's even myself doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
it's like watching you in a movie, and you change. It's like, from black and white it goes to colors. This is how you are, and this is the entities around you.
Is it like it's almost, is it like you get the right entity at the right time that you need it?
And sometimes by accident. It's because, for example, when Alexis walks, sometimes there are open portals. Not like the portals that reaches open to cast spells, portals to other dimension. So for example, if a demon wants to enter, he open portals. So if you walk into a demonic portal and you change the color, with this color change, you draw attention of someone who's there at the moment. So this demon gonna come to you. They follow you for a specific amount of time, and then when you don't answer them, and you don't understand them, so they leave.
They go away.
They're always forever different, because you have the ability like change the realm itself.
That's very
very interesting.
That's interesting. I actually like that. It's like convenient. It's like not convenient. It's practical. Yeah. Oh, because you said by accident, so you might end up picking up some.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so Mariana is saying it is hard to accept dark when for years I thought that I'm a light worker. It's exactly like for him, yeah.
Yeah.
So Mariana always was thinking that she's a light worker as well. And
I used to think that too, and nothing worked in my life. I was miserable. I was sad. I was unhappy. My health was on a low vibration. And not to say that light doesn't exist and it doesn't complete dark, and also people are light workers. The real light workers, they also do exist, or what? Right?
Yeah.
So it's like it depends. It's not like bashing on light work. It's about knowing who you are.
Who you are.
Yeah,
light workers, actually, I met them, the real ones, not the ones, like even Mariana B, she tells me sometimes, like, she sees these light workers, they all light and laugh, and then they go and do such like awful things.
Most light workers who claim they're light workers, the moment you turn your back around, and I've met them, they start bashing, they start hating, they start like, they do everything that's opposite of light work. Trust me on that. But can you tell us about the real ones that you've met?
So first of all, I want to say, Alexia, she said, I'm an actress, so I change my physical energy a lot. That's why your aura is forever changing. And that's why it's so affecting everything, because you always become like a different human.
Makes
which
sense.
Is so cool and amazing.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
okay.
What I was talking about?
Light work. Like, can you tell us the real light workers? So, how are,
I think you was the one who introduced me to this term, because I was never
it's another junk food trend in spirituality. Again, it's like witchcraft. Everyone wants to be a light worker. In spirituality, in the New Age community, it's a thing. I'm a light worker because it's cool. That's it.
Because that's it's how you get accepted into something.
Exactly.
And it still feels like a little bit like religious.
It is religious. Yeah. It's 100% religious. It's a religious.
So for example, the light worker, a lot of people who actually practitioners, tarot readers, the ones who don't even say that they are light workers, they are. It's, for example, like even with my case, I do work with darkness, but as a human being, I think I'm more like a light worker, because I actually love humans and I love doing readings and I love helping.
Yeah.
And
no, for sure. Like no, but it's
so
it is a bit ironic that you deserve the title of light worker.
But I'm never gonna say that I'm a light worker.
Yeah.
Because I don't work with light. I work with the dark. But
you don't work with light.
For me, the idea of a light worker is someone who is actually loving, caring, giving. It's like, for example, what we think that Jesus would be or the Buddha would be.
Yes. Yeah.
So I've met a person like that. I don't remember when I was. This was like some kind of like metaphysical fair.
Yeah.
So there was. I was standing next to a person that was introduced to me, like he I think was introducing me someone who he wants me to get reading from, because he was like a friend of a friend of a friend, and they heard I'm doing reading. And this was a person maybe in his 60s or 70s, Asian looking, kind of like mixed, older gentleman.
Yeah.
And he's introducing me someone, so I'm talking to this lady, and then there's a lot of people around, and then there is like very young guy comes, and either he's on drugs or he is like this. There are people like this, and he's just like touching everything, and like saying something. It's like so next to
maybe he's
like this, and he's like pushing people everywhere around, and like it's like literally everyone is staring. They don't know what to do, and because it's like a metaphysical fair, so we all like workers, of course. You don't want to say anything bad to this person. And he just like rude and inappropriate, and like touching, for example, like pendants of some kind of like craftsman without like even asking.
He's just being an asshole.
In a way, but like even more like a crazy or high or something like that.
Yeah, maybe
and
he was
like,
high.
All of these people who are assume they are light workers, they don't say anything. They just look at him and like you can see that they don't like it.
Yeah.
And so this gentleman, he goes to him with his smile on his face, and he starts literally doing like this with his hands, like energy, like, oh, such an interesting, like, person.
He just
Oh
starts
my God.
doing that to
Like an
him.
energy healing without touching nothing,
Oh,
and the
without
guy
touch-
doesn't even see it.
Yeah.
And then he smiles. And
He was behind him.
yeah,
He was just doing
literally
this.
like that behind
He
him.
was just like,
oh my God, this person is amazing, so crazy, so interesting. I just enjoy this moment so much. Like, remove all this, calm down. Everything's gonna be okay. You're gonna find what you came. Like everything's gonna be okay. And the guy, he starts.
did he actually calm down?
Calming down and becoming normal, and then like,
Oh, wow.
and like even like he's like, and he doesn't even understand what's going on because it's so quiet. And then he moved away and he walked. And this gentleman, he comes back, and everyone now looking at this gentleman that he's the crazy one because he behaved like
he behaved like
Yeah.
like so now he became the crazy one.
So he's the crazy one, and he came back, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And he's like, I just love people like this. People are so different, but
Yeah.
the energy is amazing. It's just like, oh, I wish I can heal all world, you know?
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
we talked more, and that this person is like living Jesus.
yeah. He's like the real light worker that
Yeah.
everyone claims to
But
be
he
or
doesn't
claims to want to
look
be.
apart. Nothing there, like no,
Like,
no jewelry,
yeah,
no
like-
dress, nothing. He will never say it. He will never even.
He doesn't even
No.
because it's like this light work thing or even this witchcraft thing where everyone wants to be a witch or everyone wants to be a light
Mhm.
worker. At the end of the day, it's people want to belong. They want to belong to some part of group, or they want to be accepted.
Mhm.
And there's this thing with light work, and I'm speaking for experience, is that it's very religious, because you said this guy that you met who's actually can be labeled as a real light worker is like a Jesus.
Mhm.
Again, there's always religion involved. And what does the monotheistic religions tell us? That you have to be loving. You have to save the
Mhm.
world. You have to be the most loving. And then there's nothing more annoying than for me to see human beings that have no experience, that don't know much,
Mhm.
that come and just they say, and they're a mess. You can see that their life is a mess. And they say, I want to save the world. I love the world. I'm a light worker. What do you say about that? Why do people do that? And they're a mess. They're a mess, and they want to like how can you help people if you're a mess and you can see that people are a mess?
I have
Like-
a lot of, how do you call it? The other day you said it to me, I forgot. Empathy?
Empathy. You
It's
have a lot of
like,
empathy. Is it empathy?
Yes, because I see why.
No, you have empathy for them, or they?
I do have empathy for
Yeah.
them because I see their mess. I see where this mess is coming from. And I see, you know, like a lot of people when they, like when you say they're broken, there is a reason. There is a person who broke them. There is a circumstance that broke them. They didn't choose to be broken. It happened to them.
But why would they want to help others before helping themselves?
Because people tend to do something that they don't have. So if they cannot help themselves, they try to help others.
Interesting.
Because it's very hard to help yourself.
So the hardest thing is to help yourself first. That's the
Yes.
hardest thing.
Yeah. So, you know, like when they say, for example, the doctors are usually the unhealthy ones.
Yeah, they usually the ones who smoke and the ones who drink and the ones who
Because they cannot be healthy, they try to heal.
they try to heal makes sense.
Mhm.
Makes sense.
People who hate children usually end up in schools and they beat children, for example.
That's
Or
true.
they're not good with children.
Yeah.
But there's always exceptions, but it's usually something like that. If you lack something, you're gonna make sure that you try to
That
do
you
it.
try to do it. That
Yeah.
you try to have it.
So these people, you know, the ones, the light workers, the broken ones, the ones who are even delusional sometimes, I kind of have a lot of respect for them, because for what happened to them, usually they escape in a lot of drama, a lot of very bad experiences in their life.
Mhm.
So if they turn to religion, they didn't find answers
Yes.
there. So then they have the choice. You can turn to spirituality and become
Yeah,
light worker,
become light worker.
or you can turn to like I don't know, start killing others, or start like inducing
something
pain to
really
others.
something negative, something
I'd
really
rather
bad.
them to go to spirituality and be maybe lost for some years even, and
Mhm.
then you come to your senses. It's if you're trying to evolve, if you're trying to transform and grow
Mhm.
yourself, eventually you find your way.
That's true. Maybe
You-
that's what I went through as
Exactly,
well. That's
'cause-
what I went through.
Exactly. A lot of people going through this trauma.
And
yeah,
And
it's-
and I was claiming to be a light worker when I was the most when I was broken, when I was
Yeah.
actually broken inside. That's when I wanted to be a light worker. So it's
Exactly.
actually you're right. It's exactly what it is.
This turning to this light working idea is because there is nowhere to go. And this, when you go to media and all of these people, gurus, they're saying like light and work, they spreading love. It's like you look at them and you feel at least someone gonna love me, at least someone gonna help me. There is someone for me, someone cares about me.
True.
So why don't you want to love this? Why don't you want to be a part of it? They live in a world and in society that already cruel. No one acknowledge them. No one like them. No one
so at
love
least
them.
there's
No one talk to them.
So
There is going to be some guru on YouTube that's going to say, "I love you. I care for you. Come for me."
So they're gonna feel eventually, But it's as you mentioned, it's still better than turning onto the self-destructive behaviors.
Yes.
And addictions.
Exactly. So I have a lot of respect for these people. A lot of these people, light workers in their past, they refuse alcohol. They start becoming
that's true. That's true. Actually,
you became vegan because of that. It's helped you tremendously. They start caring about others. They start getting a lot of information about spirituality, occult knowledge, about many interesting topics. And eventually, even if they stuck there for 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 years, eventually they're gonna go and find their path because they transforming all the time.
It's part of the process of maybe it's that beginning of transformation. It's the beginning of the groundwork that they need to do.
Yeah. And I don't see nothing but if they go to this, for example, spiritual dancing and they hug each other and they talk how they love each other, in nowadays in social media, we feel so close to each other and yet we're so much further away than before. We're losing our skills of talking, our skills to understanding, helping each other. You always expect that people trying to scam you, you always on your guard when you're out. It's this is the reason why sometimes I'm scared to go to someone and say your aura is beautiful or you're this because because they're gonna think I'm crazy.
You're gonna think you're crazy.
Supposed to be like this, and it's if you have a place when you can go and you can just say to a complete stranger, I love you, your aura is amazing, you have such an amazing energy. I love how you dress. And this is what's happening usually in these gatherings for people who think. And
so they get at least a safe space to share that.
Yeah.
Like what you mentioned. I get a nudge of that sometimes. Of when I see just someone who has some strong energy or some sort of potential, but with how I am in public and I just try to avoid it as much because they would think I'm trying to. Either kill them or rob them or something. But thank you for elaborating on that because I like your perspective a lot.
Yeah, it's presence and a lot of people they feel alone and neglected.
Yes, that's true.
It's usually in the end, regardless what you say, regardless what you do or you say you are. If it helps you to feel better.
Yeah, if it helps, if it's like a tool, it can be used as a tool.
Yeah.
As a spiritual tool.
What else are you guys talking about here without us in the comment section?
Sorry guys, I was asking her lots of questions.
This is interesting because it's very personal to you, and I never had to be lost like this. In this
it's like I think it did probably help me in the beginning, but at some point it itself became a fake thing. It became it's like you get to a point where you're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself, and you're just trying to be part of something that's there just because it's a trend. But I guess it has its
good and bad. It's all different.
It has pros, it has cons.
Healing yourself, like Christina said, is the first step, but it's the hardest one. To actually do something with yourself is the hardest thing.
Yes.
It's so easy to always say to others what
to do.
Yeah,
that's true.
You have there. Any questions, guys? Because we talk and I actually wanna talk about interesting topic, actually, darkness. So guys, we talk a lot about darkness. So what it is actually, because a lot of people, when you're coming from Christianity, so you say darkness is something like bad. It is not. It's. I saw another comment like I lost it. So
Yeah,
someone said as a medium you're always like dwelling in the dark and the
the
light.
lights.
It's all the same. So it is all the same.
Yeah.
There is day and night. It
It's-
doesn't
it's
exist without
each other, for sure. It's the same thing, but I think unfortunately it was given such bad connotation because even in the way when people talk, like even from a linguistic perspective, people say, "Oh, that's dark," and even if you go look it up in the English dictionary, or actually in other languages too, anything that's dark means bad, negative. So it's even embedded within our languages, and I blame the religion for this. It's always religion's messed up a lot of things. Um, Dark is beautiful just as much as light, and light is beautiful just as much as dark. They're the same thing. We have day, we have light, we have it in nature.
Yes,
It's
like
there.
you look Preston saying I'm black, and black is always bad. There.
Exactly. It's a racist connotation too. It's even racist.
It's like in
Yeah.
North America sometimes it's like I was scared to say black, was like I don't know, like some people start like bashing me right away, but like what should I do?
Yeah, it's
Like,
it's
what is this?
like when you when religions say you have to get from the darkness to the light. That never sat with me. Like since I was young, I always wondered, what the hell is this? What the hell is this nonsense? From the dark, you have to do this and this. You have to become a good person so you can get up from the darkness to the light. And I'm like, but why does it have to be to come up from the darkness? So, and what's the color of dark? It's black. So so anything that's black or dark is bad. That's what you're saying. Well, you're clearly, whoever wrote this bullshit information was a white person to begin with, or was a racist person simply, or was an ignorant person, because
maybe ignorance,
ignorance, and well, there's racism involved too, and a lot of things that black are perceived bad in history. A lot of things that black with colors, black with dark, are perceived as negative things. Like even like clothing wise too. Like we wear a lot of black. Like funerals. Why do we wear black in funerals? Why aren't we supposed to wear colors? Maybe we should celebrate the soul that are passing. They finally finished this life. They finally passed the test. Maybe we should wear colors. Why is it black? It's a lot of weird meanings associated to the black color.
So I'm crushing stuff. So darkness is actually, sometimes, especially in my readings, I say to a lot of people, or you actually love to say this, your power come from darkness.
Yeah.
So what does it mean? It doesn't mean that it's something negative. Like, because even when I say it sometimes to people, they're like, but I'm a good person.
Yeah. It's like they're all, but people are really brainwashed by religion. I'm sorry to tell you guys, religion is like in the veins of every human being. Religion is like, it's like this virus that's really, it's like the most powerful virus out there, that's in every human's soul, not even in the veins, it's in the soul of human beings. That's why when now people are starting to try to embrace their dark side, but this is as you said, but I'm a good person. But who told you you're a bad person? Why are you? And again, you find it's the programming of the religion, because when you were young, the religious background you came from told you that dark is bad. That's it. That's all there is to it. So it's very sad, like how it is, and I'm here to change that. I'm here to change, to flip this thing, and I'm promoting darkness, I'm promoting dark, I'm promoting black, I'm promoting anything that's dark. I'm not promoting angels, I'm promoting demons. That's what I'm here for. My soul comes from a demonic origin. My soul is dark. It's not light. I feel more powerful when I'm dark. It's
funny. But also,
it's just the way it is.
I want to say there are angels who are good, angels who are bad. There are demons who are good,
demons who are bad.
There are good users of dark and bad users of dark. There are good users of light and really bad users of light. I know witches who cast spells and they call themselves white witches, and they actually do hexing,
They do
and
hex,
death rituals and everything.
Yeah.
So darkness is actually, this is especially for people who have the power from the dark. This is the power that I connect with the realm of death.
Yeah,
because it's like, it's dark. When you die, you close your eyes, and there is darkness.
And there's darkness.
So this is for me the first thing that I say when your power comes from the dark. It means you can connect with the realm of death.
Yeah.
You can connect with the realm that you cannot see with your eyes open.
Yes. Yeah.
Because darkness is something that's like in you. When you don't see, it's dark. So when you start seeing orbs, it's when your darkness becomes alive. When you connect into your darkness and you awaken in your darkness.
Yes. Absolutely, I agree with you. Yeah.
Look at Kisara. Come to the dark side. We have music, cool clothes, and awesome music.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes.
The dark side is awesome, and unfortunately, I think people are having. Even after this, we talk about it here. I talk about it in my channel, and people are still gonna have a hard time understanding it because of the programming. They're still gonna find it hard to embrace their darkness, and they're gonna always be scared, and they're gonna be fearful. And it's as simple as go outside at nighttime and look at the moon and appreciate the stars and tell me what's bad about a dark night. A dark night is always very beautiful. That's it. If you want to learn about darkness, connect to nature. Go to nature, see how it is in the dark, and then you're gonna have the answers. Otherwise, dark nature wouldn't exist. If it was bad, we wouldn't have nighttime. We would not have it. We wouldn't have dark nights. We would not have them. But they exist because they're part of nature, and so we are.
Even like if you go back to the Bible, it's like the God created light from the dark.
Let there be light. Like, where do you think this so-called God created light from? It created it from dark. Then light came. So dark is the basis. In alchemy, they call it the prima materia. Prima materia in alchemy is darkness. It's the grand work, or the magnum opus that you're supposed to build, which is the Philosopher's Stone, starts with darkness. That's how you start the work.
Interesting question from Tanzi L. How will you know if you are connected to the dark?
It's when you it's when you're not fluffy anymore. It's when you're not whining anymore. It's when you're not complaining anymore. It's when you see things for what they are. It's when you stop becoming delusional. It's when you're just. It's when you're fair. It's when you don't do favoritism. It's when you see everything the same. It's when you make sense and try to be as logical as possible. The gods of these underworlds, like Anubis, usually they're dark. They Hades. He's the god of the underworld. What's the underworld? It's dark. Anubis, Osiris, they were both guarding the underworld. What's the underworld? It's dark, but it's also connected to justice. Like we have the judges. Why do they wear black robes? Because they govern the dark. Because when you go to be judged, get ready because it's gonna get dark. And justice is good because when you actually judge someone and punish them, they're not gonna do it again if it's bad. So when you do something bad and you're a murderer and you get punished, which is dark, punishment is dark, it's not light. When you get punished, you're not gonna do it again. If you're light, you're gonna forgive. I'm not Jesus here. No one is. I forgive you. I'm a serial killer. I'm a pedophile. I murdered a lot of people, but I'm light. So I'm gonna forgive you. I'm light. I'm so light. Forgiveness. Would you forgive a pedophile? Would you forgive a serial killer? You're not gonna forgive them. They need to be punished. That's darkness. Darkness is when you become just. Is when you become fair, and that's what human beings lack. Human beings don't have justice. They don't have fairness. And I feel like that's why the world is off balance. That's why the world is not balanced. That's why there's inequality, wars, a lot of negative things in the world, unfortunately. That's how I see it.
When it comes to how to know if you have a dark soul or connection to the dark, I think even some people I know, like for example, light workers, some of them are connected to the dark. it's like the balance within.
Yeah.
It's like yin and yang. You have to be like balanced, perfect.
Yeah.
Like, it's there. It's like the perfect line. So people can perceive you as a very like nice light worker. Like for many years I was seen as a white witch because I'm nice.
Yeah.
But the darkness is just, this is the power that gives you like this power that when you have power from the darkness, it's actually being able to see the actual dark, the real dark, the things that you don't see with your eyes.
Yeah.
And in I would say like a normal life, those things that even when you go to court, I don't think justice sometimes exists in the form of justice.
Yeah, I agree with you. I just gave it like as an example.
Yeah.
Just if justice was actually just if it was actually, if we had real justice.
Yeah.
But like it's like there's like being, for me, I see light as too forgiving sometimes, and that's why I feel like it's really unbalanced, you know.
So to answer the question, how do you know if you connected to the dark? It's when you start seeing something that's not anymore of the nature of the light. So this is how you know. So when you see, I know you still probably see the faces of demons.
Yeah, like all sorts of entities that are not humans. They're not human, and they look like they're from like they're demons. They're from the underworld. When you start seeing these kind of entities, they are not necessarily malicious, but they don't look like humans, or they look frightening most of the time. You know, you see them in the Eastern culture with these gods that look like demons. They're gods, but they look like demons, and they're worshipped as good beings, but they look scary. So they look scary, but they're still positive. That's I see those. Yeah.
Especially for readers, you know, like a lot of gifted people, you guys have no choice. Some of you are from the dark, shamans especially. You guys work with spirits. You guys work with the demons, entities. You have to exorcise demons. So this is dark. For witches, usually majority of the witches that I did the readings for, they usually come from the dark. It's very rare to see the one that like the light work, light witch. Energy healers, they're more attuned to the light. They work more like with the
because it's healing energy.
But there is mediums can heal with the energy of the
dark. I was gonna say that dark energy is actually also even more powerful for healing. It's actually, if you know how to use dark energy for healing, it could heal much faster than light energy.
I think like Christina Connolly, I'm connected to both sides. This is amazing. When you perfectly balance, when you connected to both sides, when you know what to use in order to help others, in order to help yourself first, in order to actually do the things that you're supposed to do, this is amazing. That's what it should be. And this is it. Funny things, most of Latin America's gods look like demons or animal humanoids. Not only Latin America, like Asia.
Asia as well, Eastern Asia, Hinduism in Bali. Their main god is it looks like a demon.
But guys, come on, let's talk about ancient Egypt.
The gods of ancient Egypt. What are those? They're like those don't look like humans to me at all. So,
I think this is from Wendy for you. The question.
Which one? I wanted to talk about this. Oh, succubus, incubus, and Ina, I remembered you said Seth have a video on it. I was actually do I have a video on it, or I think I had no, I don't
Sleep
have
paralysis.
Sleep paralysis. No, but that's on my Patreon. Sleep paralysis is on my Patreon. So
on his Patreon there is
but it's about sleep paralysis.
It's about sleep paralysis, but that's where he talks about this because I learned this from him.
But the specific succubus and incubus, like demons, those specific entities, they're a little bit different. I can actually make a video about them on my channel, which is it's a good suggestion since Wendy suggested it. But there are two different entities that can come when they come to you in your sleep time. It feels like sleep paralysis because you get paralyzed. For the succubus, one of them is usually on top, one of them is, and it's usually is related to lust or sexual desires. These are demons that feed of lust, so that's why they come to people to feed of basically sexual energy. But many people claim to see them when they have sleep paralysis as well. So that's what I can say about it. But maybe I can elaborate more on it in another video.
Yeah. So if you want more information, I think you have written post there.
I have a written post about sleep paralysis
On
in
your
my
Patreon.
Patreon. Yes.
Also, guys, when it comes to this type of demons, some of you guys, and I've seen it in the reading, some of you guys, you have specific mark on your palm that represents that you had a relationship with a demon in one of your past lives. So this demon that you think that coming for you like a demon possession, those are actually your ex-lovers, ex-husbands and ex-boyfriends and girlfriends.
Ex-relationships, right?
Yeah, so there is so much we don't know. There's so much to discover. So it all depends on experience.
And there's there's this common thing. I think I need to make actually a video about this, about demons being attracted to humans from a sexual perspective. There's many accounts, even in the 1001 Nights. There's accounts of where there are myths, but they're myths inspired by reality, by these jinns or demons who come and really feed of sexual energies of humans. And these demons are usually they're females. They come, in the form of witches or demons, and they feed of sexual of men or women who are sleeping in their dreams. And they make you feel like you're having a sexual, whatever, intercourse with them, with the demons. Same with in the King Solomon, in the Testament of Solomon, the demons that helped him build the temple. The whole story started as one of the demon bothering one of Solomon's workers. But then when you dig deeper, you say that this demon was sucking the thumb of the worker. But then when you dig deeper, there's accounts that it's actually a sexual thing camouflaged into saying that the demon was sucking the thumb, but it was not the thumb, if you know what I'm saying. So basically the demon was molesting one of Solomon's workers. And that's how Solomon was like, I need to control these demons, so they stop doing this. So there's many accounts about it. I need to make a video about this. It's actually an interesting subject.
Yeah, it's interesting.
There's like to the thing you said, what should these people do if they had an ex? What if this ex demon is obsessed with the human format of this reincarnation? What should these people do to send them back, or to
so if it's a negative experience, I think you have specific practice on your Patreon how to make them stop.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
That's what they should do, because I never experienced sleep paralysis. So you're the one who should talk about this more. If you're enjoying this, if it's not bothering you, because some people are okay with this. Don't do anything. Literally.
I mean, it's if you're okay with it.
If you guys think of it, even in the Bible, there are accounts of Nephilims, these giants coming from
the Nephilim. Yes, they slept.
They were seeking mortal women. They have children with them. So it's in ancient times, demons were physical blood.
And they're physical,
like us. Physical flesh and blood. So there is nothing unusual of having any encounters with demons, even if it's a sexual encounter, if it's a personal encounter. Demons are like us, just in different form now, because they're hiding a lot. So so it's interesting subject. You should definitely do a video about this.
Yes.
Thoughts is amazing. Ricardo Angel, Nephilims, damn, I'm one. It's actually funny enough, Ricardo, you might be joking about, I'm not sure if you're joking or not about Nephilims, But one of my, I don't know, I need to come up with something. I already have a name. It's like magical DNA. So it's literally the DNA of a human being from the magical standpoint, where the blood comes from. So it's something that's related to our past lives and ancestors, because we do possess the blood in our human body that's actually comes from the bloodline of our physical ancestors on this planet Earth and the soul ancestry, like your past lives and the ancestral connection with human beings. I met Nephilims, the descendants of Nephilim. So literally, if you are extremely tall, it's already a sign. It's like all these basketball players. Who do you think they are?
Because that's so true. Like the height of the basketball players in the NBA is unbelievable. That's not human height for sure. That is not human height.
Yes, Ricardo, if you're serious, so maybe you are.
And, that's true.
You know, like I've met people with demonic blood in them. It's like their ancestors used to be demons, like literally demons taking wives, or women demons having
intercourse
with the male. I met people with angelic blood as well. I've met people with alien blood. It's like, you know, when you do your DNA test as a human being, and then they say you're 25%
this or this,
like 10% like this, or 20%
it's the same for the soul.
It's the same for the soul. It's so incredibly interesting. It's like it's one of my favorite part in reading, to tell people who they are. And sometimes it sounds crazy, but in ancient times it used to be such a norm. It was so normal. So
I actually, just to go back to this kind of demons having intercourse with people, I just remembered all of a sudden, I actually had a reading with a client who the whole reading was revolved around this, and that this demon was obsessed with her from a sexual standpoint. And we had the reading because she didn't know how to deal with it, and she clearly did not want this kind of thing happening, but this demon was imposing himself on her, you know. So it could be troublesome to some people who get that experience without them wanting it, because it's like you feel violated, you know. So
it's guys, it's all about how you feel, because some connections are amazing. So I know like actually people who are in love with specific demons, and they actually helping them throughout the life. Because it's like, you know, like it's in religion, it's very good to be in love with the angel. There are demons that are actually in love with you as well. So it's so incredibly interesting.
That's true.
I saw interesting question. From Wendy. Have you ever seen a reptilian?
A reptilian?
A reptilian is a concept that I was introduced to after I actually met an alien, like a person with alien blood, and then the whole world of this like reptilians. And the insectoids, all of these things was brought to me by you, by some other shamans. So I did a reading for a very normal looking woman, and it was one of these oracle readings that I can control, and literally I didn't even want to do the reading for her because I didn't see her aura, I didn't see her energy. She felt very off to me as a human being. And I was trying to avoid the reading at any cost, but it had to happen because I was working in a store back then.
It's like the client comes, you have to do the reading. But you did have cases where you said no.
Yes, but it wasn't like a danger. So I didn't feel like, how can I say no, because you don't have aura.
That's true. That's true.
And I think I took her hand. Like I usually, when people don't have all the questions for me and it's in person reading, I start with palm readings. And I took her hand, and the moment I saw it and I saw the palm, the hand itself, so unusual. Like literally for me, it looked like elongated, like an alien, like bluish hand.
Wow.
But the woman was so very weird. Normal, in her 40s, like very normal, good-looking woman.
But with like huge hands.
But she was very tall. So.
She was tall. She was tall.
Skinny, like, so it's normal. Like if you're tall, I expect you to have. I have like very huge hands, so it's okay. Like,
but it's maybe sometimes when things are out of proportion, right?
Yes, but also when during the reading, I've seen so much stuff. It's like I don't know what's
Yeah,
going on.
you're like maybe it's just someone with big hands.
Yeah, it's good. Things can happen. Maybe, I don't know. Like maybe she was a man. Like I don't know. Maybe this woman used to be a gorgeous man. Now it's a gorgeous woman. So
Yeah.
I don't judge by appearances ever. So and I took her hand and first of all I see her lines, and those are the lines that, oh mon dieu, it's like this is crazy. This is
it's like unusual, very unusual,
because they rarely existed, because human life get indicated in the palms so clearly. You get to see sometimes details that you don't know
what it was.
Why is it even there?
Yeah.
In her, it's like it's all bluish white and like almost nothing is there.
So hold on a second. So what you're saying here is that you're talking about a physical person that looked alien. We're not talking about the spirit realm. This is a physical person.
Physical, normal human.
Oh wow, okay.
And the only thing I remember on her left palm that represents your free will, there's like nothing there. On her right palm that represents destiny, that when you're born with, it's destiny always stamped. It's the path.
Yeah.
There was a constellation. Star constellation, which I don't remember the name, but I saw it. I kid you not, like maybe half an hour before she came.
Wow.
Because the girl was talking about some kind of like stars, like Mercury retrograde kind of thing that I also don't know. So she was trying to show me the star constellation and teach me maybe something from astrology, and I saw it there, and I knew it's a constellation.
Yeah.
And then something took me over, and because I was like, she doesn't have question, and I say, you have very artistic palms. Because it's long, for me, long fingers represent
arts. Yeah.
And then I feel like, oh, it's coming. But she's so normal and nicely dressed from the office. She just finished her 9 to 5.
You're gonna go to your oracle mode.
The oracle came and she started like blah blah blah, and the stuff. I remember this moment because some of my oracle readings I don't remember whatsoever.
Guys,
I don't remember what I say.
Just to clarify, what Ina, which is talking about here about her oracle mode, is that I just want to explain to them. Is in her readings she get this moment where
but it's only in person when the physical
physical, it has to be physical. What like physically there, not online or something. And then she gets to this moment where she feels like something else takes over and she's not there anymore. And the reason why is because after the reading is done, she can barely remember what happened in the reading. She remember, right?
Yeah,
you can like barely remember.
It's probably like the mediumship supposed to work. I think this is what it is.
Yeah. Something takes over and she just starts. It's just talk and talk.
Yeah, Christina's saying like channeling. Maybe channeling.
Maybe it's channeling. Yeah, it's like channeling.
I still don't know. Because I don't remember what is happening.
Yeah.
It's like you was one of these readings when we met, and I sat down. He was. I think it was second time I saw you. Because I met you before in the store, and then he came for a reading, and then he sat down. And I remember like we going down the stairs and opening the card, like we're sitting, like I have in my tarot, and he asked me first question, and boom, we standing up. The reading is done. So it was half an hour.
And actually, there's proof for this. After she did the reading for me,
Preston Oracle told me yes, Preston.
Like after she did that reading for me. Because you said you just remember the beginning and the end.
When we go into the reading
and then exiting the reading.
And then he starts.
And then I texted her because at the end, before I was leaving, we exchanged numbers because I said I might have some questions, and I started asking her questions.
And I always give my Instagram, my social media to all of my clients because if something happens, reach me out. And then I received maybe like next day or 2 days later, like. Oh, so 333 means blah blah blah.
I was talking about some numerological stuff.
And I'm like, and I'm a nice person. I'm like, sure, thank you for sharing. And then like 5 is blah blah blah. And then the next day something. So today, this day, this number is blah blah blah. And I'm like, why is he why is he
stalking me?
But I assume because I have a lot of people. Before I didn't have so much exposure on TikTok, for example. So I had like controllable amount of messages on my Instagram. So a lot of clients, they would say, oh, I see the 111. What does it mean?
You thought I was just like telling
one
you.
of them, it's like sharing that like this was an amazing experience. There's so much to share, and I'm like, sure, because some people, like sometimes open my Instagram and there's like, for example, like on November 11, I received 15 messages. 11.
Yeah,
and
you
like,
thought I was one of them.
and I'm saying hearts.
But
like, yeah,
but
11.
guys, what I was actually telling her and asking her about is what we exchanged in the reading, the information.
I asked him to teach me numerology because I had no idea about it, and I didn't know.
So when I was asking her through text about the numerology during the reading, she was blank. She was like, "What is it?"
And I
she
couldn't
didn't
tell
know
him because like I don't go and tell people like I might not remember or be present during the reading because it was a tarot reading. It's not like a medium reading or nothing like that. And I think I came out clean like maybe months later.
Yeah, like a month later. Then you told me, by the way, I didn't remember what I told you in the reading.
So like I'm very curious what happened.
So what is this number thing? What is this number stuff that you say?
Yeah, I think.
And I'm like, what the what?
But for me, it was so cool actually because we became friends. So I learned what's happening to me during this reading as well.
Yes, yeah.
So back to this amazing.
Yes, back. So just to give you a background about why she doesn't remember the readings sometimes.
So she was the reading I remember because it was also for me.
Yeah.
But it took me and I started speaking.
Yeah.
And my mind was so clear because I was listening to what I say, and I'm like, oh my God, this normal woman, she's gonna go up, she's gonna complain about me, there's gonna be huge drama because the story didn't belong to me, and people gonna say I'm crazy. Stop, please, I beg you, stop.
Why is that?
This was going in my mind because I
because
was saying to this nice looking woman in her 40s, you are an alien, came to this earth because you're from this constellation that I can see on your palm. You don't remember this because as a child you had to choose a body, so you chose this body because for the experience that is going to allow in the past and blah blah blah. You have alien blood, half of your blood is alien, half of the blood of human because the alien chose your father to abduct him or mother. I was like blah blah blah. So basically it's like half alien, half human. The reason why you don't remember is blah blah blah, your life purpose. And she had a crazy life purpose on yours. She was supposed to save someone and she was supposed to do something specific. I don't remember what it was because it was so fast. I couldn't stop myself. And because in my mind I was like, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. and the woman in front of me, like it was half an hour. So it's like when I go for a reading, it's like I have this time clock.
Yes, yeah.
So I know it's half an hour, and I was like blah 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 for like half an hour straight, holding her hand, looking into her eyes, and she was quiet. She was not moving. Nothing changed in her face.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's it. I'm gonna get so fired after this reading because she's so normal, and I was even more normal. I was quite normal to what I am now. Now I'm allowing myself to say things.
You were toning it down a little bit
because I was working for someone.
We were working for someone. Yes.
So literally, yes.
Yeah.
And I was the reading ended, and I look at her and I noticed because I start concentrating on her, the woman herself. So she had like a hair like this, like medium hair.
Medium long.
And she removed them, and her skull here, the hair was actually the part was like so long, and her skull actually was like a little bit like
an alien shape.
Yeah,
alien like this, like an oval.
And her eyes was like this.
They were like more.
And she didn't have eyebrows.
Oh my God.
They were painted like like sometimes guys they pluck out the eyebrows.
Yeah.
Eyebrows, the girls they do this, and hers never grew.
But some people don't have eyebrows. But it's probably more like the weirdest thing is probably the shape of her head, right?
Yes, and like small mouth, and
so she was like
it's like she was
this,
transforming. She was opening up herself to me, and when I saw her, I was like.
So you saw that she was not human.
Yes, Christina, I was like you. Yeah. Oh wow. and then I shut up. The time was up, and I shut up and stops. Like
what did she say?
And I put her hand back, and I'm like, did any of this make any sense to you? And she was like, how do you know? Like seriously, without this, and I'm like, it's a reading. And she's like, but how did you know? And she started crying. And I'm like, I knew it. I'm since childhood. I told my parents, they said I'm crazy. I'm taking pills all my adult life. I'm going to the sessions with psychiatrists like twice a week. I'm spending so much money on this. I'm consuming so much pills because I still remember and I know. And the constellation, I said, this is my home. She said, this is the planet or like the star in this constellation. This is where
She
I'm
knows
from.
the constellation.
I don't remember what she said.
But she herself knows.
She knows. And she saw it in visions and dreams. And it's like,
wow.
And I was like, oh my God.
So would you say that if she would to be present, this person, alien looking person, you think publicly speaking, you think people would recognize that?
No, I didn't.
So where was the point where you're like, oh my God, this person looks very weird? Like
when she opened up herself to me. Because she was, like when you go for a reading, it's very normal to be a little bit suspicious of what about to come.
Yes.
So you don't really like sit there and like start like to.
Yeah.
So I'm, like Ricardo, like you don't go to strangers like I'm the Nephilim, I'm the giants, like I'm with the ancient ones, or Beelzebub is with me, right? You don't say things like this.
No, especially when you're actually the real thing.
Yeah, especially when you do real thing, especially when you go to a reader that you don't know, especially because you don't know what they're gonna say.
Well, an alien being is not gonna go around saying that they're an alien being.
Yes, because she was trying to hide all of this. Like she said, like she was trying to blend in, fit in. That's the hair, the makeup, like everything.
And you said her hairline was all the way up till here. The hairline was here. So the hairline was here.
Hairline.
Natural.
She literally like she showed this to me.
And she was quite tall, very tall.
Because I'm very tall and you tall. She was taller than me, like much taller.
Wow.
And after that, like when she left, she literally she said, when we finished the session and we were talking as normal human beings, and she said, I was never into tarot. Like she's not even spiritual.
Yeah.
Let's start from that. And she said once your car broke down next to the store I was working, and she was passing by because she wanted to get a taxi or something.
Yeah.
And then she saw the sign that it has my photo on it.
I remember the sign. I remember,
Tarot
reading with Ina. Yeah, I remember.
And she saw the sign, and someone stopped her, and the voice in her head said, "Go to her."
Oh, and she was seeking the confirmation.
She wasn't even seeking. She just done. She was done with seeking. She's like,
because
she was taking pills and trying to, like the psychiatrist, like psychologist was saying to her that she was like,
crazy. She was like the schizophrenic or something like that.
Yeah. And literally, and she disregarded this voice, and she said, like, I have voices in my head, like it's okay. And then she had a dream of this sign again. And then at work, all day at work, my photo was in front of her. And then after work, she's like, screw this. Like, she just like went straight, like, and I even remember even the way she entered, she was running and like, I need a reading with this person from the thing outside. And I'm like, I don't want a reading with this crazy person running in like this, This was also for me, like, I didn't want to do reading. That's why she was so like, I want.
So she was guided to get the reading with you.
So literally, like, and for her, she's a born alien.
Well, definitely. Like based on your description, she's probably like a hybrid. Like she have human blood and alien blood mixed. Like these alien hybrids.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think like how many of them are amongst people? Maybe some of them look more weirder physically speaking than others.
You know what's funny? The weird looking people, the crazy looking people, they're actually the normal ones. Usually, in majority of cases, they are the normal. The normal people who trying to be so normal, they're trying hard to be normal. Like yourself. Like when I met him first time, he was so normal. Like from Zara or like Hugo Boss kind of cover, like normal 9 to 5 boys. So people with strengths, powers, abilities, people who actually possess something unusual about them, the rare ones, those are the ones that you will never gonna be able to say anything about, judging by the look.
That actually makes so much sense. The ones who who are, yeah, that makes so much sense. The super normal looking ones are probably the suspicious ones.
Yeah. And so reptilians, I've never met anyone or anything claiming that they're
That they're
reptilians.
reptilian.
I usually find that someone where it becomes like very known to publicly.
Yeah,
It's usually
yeah.
might be not true.
Yeah.
Because I met few other aliens, like hybrids. I met people who've been abducted. I met people who actually talked to met aliens. None of them ever mentioned
reptilians.
Insectozoids or anything like that.
I think my theory about the reptilians, the aliens who have like a reptilian features per se, are some of these ancient gods or demons that existed in history, because in the Sumerian religion and the Anunnaki gods, some of the gods were portrayed. Actually, I think even, which is interesting, I think that the goddess Inanna was portrayed as having a reptilian head, So many cultures have these gods. And if you notice, it's just not snake, it's many different animals. There's Anubis, he's the dog or jackal. We have Horus, which is the bird. We have Thoth, it's the bird. In the Anunnaki gods, they have also many like animal, heads. And sometimes these gods or demons, daemons, have reptilian heads. Just like, so there's a theme going on with these gods having animal heads. There's a theme going on. And Medusa Gorgona, she's a gorgon. She's also a demon. And what is she associated with? Reptiles, snakes. So the gorgons are also one of these entities. And I believe that these entities existed. They probably still exist. But I think one thing with reptiles, what are chameleons? Well, chameleons or even many reptiles in nature, what can they do? If you think about it,
like change color, shapeshift. Yeah.
So reptilians, they exist, but they shapeshift to look like humans. So the example, we have it in nature. Reptiles in nature, they do change color, they do shapeshift. So I think they do exist, but they are shapeshifting as human beings. They look like human beings. That's what I think.
Yeah. I see you guys talking about snakes, and another interesting point that you might not even aware of. When you resemble any kind of animal, this is because it's either your totem animal or this is represents the blood of the specific ancient god
that you have become from. Wow.
So for example,
cool.
if you have a snake, so who was the snake god?
There's I think I have to check in the pantheon of the Sumerians. There's as I mentioned, Inanna was portrayed as a reptilian goddess. And I think there's some other accounts in I have to double check. So
for example, in ancient Egypt, which would be the goddess with the cat head?
The goddess with the cat head is
guys, who was the goddess with the head of a cat? Hathor or
no, Hathor is different. Hathor is different. I always say
you
that.
always say, that's what I'm asking.
Sekhmet.
Yeah.
Sekhmet.
So for example, if you have any feline features to your face, you probably have her blood in you. If you resemble a dog, Anubis.
Yes, that's true.
So if you resemble any
Bastet too.
Yeah.
Bastet, or there's Bastet, there's Sekhmet.
So if you resemble any specific animal, or if you have like traits of this animal, if for example I have like traits of snake, always cold.
You and snakes, and
I used to be like terrified of snakes.
I'm gonna double check it after this, but I believe Inanna, and the name resonates. An Anunnaki goddess, a Sumerian goddess, had the head of a snake. I'm just saying.
So guys, if you resemble any animal, if you look into a mirror, if you see any specific animal, research which god was associated with this animal, or had like this head of this animal,
yeah.
or tail of this animal,
Yeah.
and that's your answer.
Mhm.
Why you see in the specific animal.
That's true, and a lot of humans have animal features in their faces. You see their faces, and they kind of look like some sort of animal, and it's pretty common among
Yeah.
faces.
So do you guys have any questions for us? Oh, Kisara Black Cats, my favorite emoji. And hi to Olga. I see you leaving like awesome comments. Thank you so much for your kind words.
Thank you guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Every time. Yeah,
it's like they're
you guys like having a party without us.
There's a party going on there. Oh.
What about people that don't age? So in my experience, people who don't age, or people who are always like looking younger than they age, the first thing that comes to my head, those are the energy healers.
Yeah.
Because those are the people who can heal and then always heal themselves, and they have this crazy genetics and crazy like magical DNA to them. They never age, and except for like there are like people like, for example, in Asia, like some people, because they exposed to like very healthy foods and amazing climate, so they always look young. But I'm talking about people, for example, living in North America that don't age.
Yeah, like you're talking about normal people, not
people.
the ones who are trying to live a healthy lifestyle, just completely normal, but they don't age at the same time. Yeah.
So those are the people. It means they have like energy.
Like healing energy. I agree with you. I think that kind of rejuvenates them, that makes them younger, and it even affects them on a DNA level.
Oh, Death Metal Punk 666, sit here. Do you think it's possible to connect to spirit guides or demon guardians during lucid dreams? Do you have any experience with that?
Yes, I think it's definitely possible, because I like for lucid dreaming, I think people experience it differently, because for me, what I experience is that if I want to enter in touch with some spirit or demon or entity, I just close my eyes. I can be sitting here and close my eyes, and it's going to be done. Versus with lucid dreaming, I think you have to induce it. You have to kind of lie down and feel like you're dreaming. So it's definitely possible. I think it's the same. It's like you enter this meditative state, you call on the entity, and then you're already, because when we sleep, we go to the other side. We go to the spirit realm. So when you're inducing it, but you're still conscious, you're still here in the physical reality, you still know that you're not sleeping. So you can invoke these spirits, you can call upon them, and if they want to show, they will likely to show, because you're mimicking the dream state. You're mimicking the dream state, but consciously. Yeah.
And if you dream, if it's any normal dream, and your subconscious is actually your conscious is quiet, it's not there anymore.
It's not there.
So your subconscious becoming wild. So if you have the ability to connect to them, you can even connect during normal dream. Either or, you if you remember it or not. But you can connect to them even when you're awake as well. Like, I think if you're asking, you can.
You can. I think it's definitely possible.
Any other questions? From Lily. How can you tell if someone is blocking you? What do you mean, like blocking, like energetically, or like not good for you, like spiritually?
Like energetically, probably. Probably from an energy standpoint.
Dragonfly Dark. Can we know what we have to do to have a personal reading? For personal private readings, I have links below under the video. If you can go to there to the description box, so there's like a link to private readings for me and link to private readings for you. And this is what you do: you just book private reading if you want. And yes, thank you, Azalea. Or go to innawitch.com or sefalchemist.com. It's our online stores. I saw a question. How can you say what's a demon? Literally, like question. What is a demon? I don't see the question. I lost it. So a demon is It's literally the way I sense it. I'm not gonna go into like the Greek word daemon. Because I think you have an amazing video explaining all of that. If you want to check his video out, and demon is an entity that is not angel, that it's not your ancestors who passed away, that is not your spirit guide, that it's not like any deity. It's something, like I would say, easier to describe. It's an angel entity, but it feels like the color would be different. The scent's going to be different. It's heavier, it's darker. It comes from the realm of death, I would say. So this is what demon is, because they are still angels, and some angels feels like demons as well.
Yeah.
They can feel like they have wings. They can be good or bad. It's like, imagine like if you go to Christianity, that would be like bad angel. But it's an entity that is not human, that doesn't feel like human, doesn't feel like alien, and doesn't feel like God.
For sure.
It's the demons that don't have powers of gods. So that's what demon. The way you feel them.
I do. If you want to know more about like the kind of origin of this word and where it comes from, like I have a video on my YouTube called "Demon's Origin." You can have more information on that on my channel, Sif Alchemist on YouTube. But yeah, like it's demons are definitely, for me, I see them all as like these supernatural beings.
Supernatural beings, but not gods. That's the difference.
Like I feel like gods,
because some of the gods were humans.
I feel like gods created the demons, and then they created humans, but then the demons were way more powerful. They were way more powerful. It's gods like were at the top, and then you have the demons, and then you have the humans, and then demons have the ability to manifest physically and or to be in the spirit realm. They can do either or. Humans, we're only physical. I think we have that ability too, but we forgot how to use it, or only few people know how to use it.
Yeah, it's true. Preston is asking, what does it mean when you get pictures placed in your mind as communication? I think they placed in your mind because this is the only way you can understand communication at the moment. In the beginning of my craft, I was seeing a lot of pictures. So, for example, if I would be talking about past life reincarnation, because I don't have access to the Akashic records yet, I would be seeing. I literally had a reading for this girl, and I saw her in a written picture, like art of 18th century in a specific gallery.
That's so cool.
In a specific dress.
So cool.
And then and I told her, and then we were done. We went to Google it, and we found this gallery in Belgium, and we found this image, and that was her reincarnation. So this is how you get messages, because this is easy for you. It's usually easy for people with good imagination and people who read, people who are very perceptive to images. So if you see images, you're going to be good at tarot readings.
It's because tarot is all about imagery, and it's clairvoyance too. It's clairvoyance. Everything happens visually. You see things. It's and tarot, alchemy is all based on imagery, symbols, sigils, and that's how the wisdom was transferred throughout the centuries, is through imagery. And tarot is the same. Tarot is a transformational alchemical process that's encoded within images in cards. That's what tarot is.
Your tarot is also haunted.
My tarot is haunted. It's very haunted.
Because you use it in rituals. So Kisara asked a very interesting question. So what do you think about deity work? There is a lot of TikTokers claiming that they work with almost all of the gods in the pantheon. So in order to work with a god, you have to be a god.
Yeah, these TikTok things that people claim.
But
I'll let you go on first, because
I have nothing to say.
like the moment you have someone just
there are a lot of people with amazing imagination, so kudos to them. And if they imagine things, if they think they work with gods, if it makes them happy.
If it makes them
if
happy,
they actually
yeah.
help others, why not?
Yeah, that's probably close to what I would like to. If they believe it, if it makes them happy, if that's what they think, then good for them. But is it really happening?
Yes. They are people who are able to work with gods, to communicate with gods, to have messages. Like I told you, there are people with blood of gods. There are children of Jesus still walking the earth, children of ancient gods walking the earth. So it's not only people can work with gods. Usually people never work with gods. Even the word work and God doesn't exist together in one sentence. So there is no work involved when it comes to gods. Gods can visit you if you have their blood, to warn, to protect, to guide, to give a message. If you're powerful enough to connect with gods during your work as a medium, this is what I can call work, but I don't know, they're only gonna come for their children. This is my personal experience.
I couldn't agree more. The thing with having the god's blood before they can come to watch out for you and help you, that's something that no one talks about, and and no one wants to hear, because it's like royalty. You're a royal if you're born in a royal family. That's it. So I made this video about King Solomon, how he was handed all of these powers. It's because he is a descendant of the gods. He has the blood of the gods, so he was given all of this, and he was a king. He was also a royal family. So not to discourage people that, oh, you can't work with gods, but as you said earlier, if it makes you happy, if you believe in it, then sure, do it. But like, do you think everyone's saying Lucifer visited me, and Lucifer came to me, and Lucifer did this, and Lucifer did that, and I work with Lucifer? And I think about it, and I'm like, you really think Lucifer, the supernatural being Lucifer, is gonna?
He comes to some people.
But that's my point.
So,
to some people, that's my point. But the amount of people claiming that they see Lucifer every single day is like they make it seem like it's just something normal,
For some people, for some, I want to stress this.
Yeah.
For some gifted, crazy people, they do get visits from Lucifer's Lilith. They have demons walking with them. This it's normal for them, but again, they're not gonna talk about this.
I agree with you on this. Unless
they're practitioners. If they are practicing, if
agree
that's
with you.
what
Yeah,
they use
yeah.
in their practice, again,
Yeah.
there is 99% chance they are working with them.
Sorry to interrupt you. One thing that you said that's key here: the people who actually see these gods and these things, you will probably not know who they are. They're not gonna show themselves.
I would know. They're gonna ask me if it's true
Because
or not for my readings.
Because for your readings, but like for someone to just go on social media and say, I'm Lucifer came, like you know,
unless they're readers, and that's what they do, so they have to say, because I'm
still very skeptical. I'm still very skeptical about this.
Like even for my case, sometimes I do my gypsy rituals, and sometimes every month it's a different place, and I think once it was with you even in Morocco. So I have this gypsy ritual, and we were going to a village, the
Jinn village.
The Jinn village, with working with demons. And I told my customer there were like specific number of people booking this ritual, and I've sent them all, this month's ritual gonna be there and there with this demon and blah blah blah. So a few people, they actually said, please don't do this, we don't want. So
they refused the
because
ritual.
They were scared, because they were light workers. They expecting I'm going to be like, I don't know, like bathing in something. And so if, for example, if I'm going to be doing something with Lucifer, I might as well say it ahead so people don't get confused. And they don't like actually get scared. So if a reader somewhere, if you're going to a reader, especially if it's a shaman, if it's a voodoo practitioner, dark magician, satanic witch, they're gonna work with this.
No, it's my point. It's I almost see it as, how sometimes people say I saw God, or I saw Jesus, or I saw angels, and they do. Some people do see this angels or Jesus spirit or God, but I want to stress on the point that it's only some people, just some. And most of the time these people are not, you're not going to find them everywhere. You know, you're going to meet them once in a while. That's what I want to say, you know.
Yeah, but even on TikTok there are legit people too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's
yeah, because this is in nowadays, how do you practice your craft? How do you get clients from social media?
yes, that's so people are putting more their work more and more.
Yeah. Also, always go with your intuition. If you trust this person, if what they say is actually resonates and you believe in this, it's true. If you see someone who is one post is about like I summoned like 25 gods, and the next post I'm in McDonald's or something, and the third post this is my cat, and like the 10th post is like, oh, this is my new shoes. So maybe they don't see.
This, you know, use your discernment and go just. You
common
can
sense sometimes.
Common sense. You can tell right away. Yeah, you can tell.
I see someone asked about spiritual places in Europe.
In Europe, you probably. I'll let you visited one just this year. Well, I don't know if it's a spiritual place. It was just a place of high energy. I'm not sure.
First thing, I think a lot of people go to Greece.
Yeah.
So if you go to Greece, you have to go to Oracle of Delphi and Meteora Mountain. Those are Oracle of Delphi's. There's a temple in the place itself. I wish you've been there, but it's.
I wish. I'm definitely going there.
I was very skeptical because I adore oracles of Delphi and I know the story, and I was going there very skeptical. It's literally just like, I'm gonna go there.
Yeah.
And I had to come back like literally.
Yeah, but you felt the energy was extraordinary, right?
Extraordinary. Regardless how many tourists are there, I've spoke to people with clients. After that, I started getting clients from Greece. And I talked to people, everyone who went, even if it's a normal person, they always feel something. A place is magic. Meteora Mountains, very spiritual place for reflection, for energy healers, also in Greece. Romania, the land of witches, of gypsies. If you're a witch, you have to.
Yes, Romania should become like the Mecca of witches.
Yes, you have to go and touch the earth and see a witch there, and you don't even have to do anything. It's just everything comes to you when you're there. It's definitely. I think, you know, sometimes, guys, it's not even the place; it's the land itself that speaks to you. And I would say, what else in Europe?
I'm trying to remember my visits to European countries. I'm not sure.
Because sometimes, you know, you get to go just to touristy places, so you don't get to feel much. For me, true. Malta was very spiritual.
Malta was amazing.
The catacombs, especially,
Malta was amazing.
It still belongs to a Knight of Templar, so this is something that you have to go as a warrior. So I think you have to go there. Oh, we have Lavender Magus from Romania and the mage already.
Nice.
I love Romania. Can't wait to go again. So, you know, spiritual places, portals are everywhere. You don't have to seek them. They around, always around. You know, for me, the most unexpected country for me to find and call spiritual is Turkey.
Yeah,
this is the country that no one talk about. But
Turkey is so underrated in so many ways, guys. It's so underrated.
If you're seeking spirituality, if you're seeking something crazy, and anyone can go to Turkey, it's so easy to enter the country itself. Even if you're on a budget, because some places to visit like Greece is kind of expensive and hard to get around. In Turkey, it's like literally wherever you turn, there's going to be ancient tomb, ancient cave,
monuments, and you can chill there. You can spend hours there, and no one is going to tell you anything. No one's going to tell you to get out or anything. You can spend some time there, feel the energy, you know, like, and it's totally fine, you know. Like you went to Göbekli Tepe recently, and it's actually my dream to go there, and and you stole that dream from me.
Yeah, you told me. You should have told me. Yeah, so a lot of places. I'm pretty sure in Europe there's so many places that are spiritual, but we've never experienced
Yeah,
that because
well,
before we used to go as a tourist.
Yeah, before we used to go as tourists, and I was saying, I think next on the list is exploring exploring Europe, like from a conscious spiritual standpoint. That's the quest we probably have to do.
The country that really calling my name now is Portugal.
Yeah,
Because of Freemasonry, because of the secrets,
Portugal.
because of the leftovers of like religious
Yeah, I think
things and
Portugal.
sacrifices there.
I think the whole country
Yeah.
is there. The whole country has something mystical about it. The
But
whole Portugal.
first I have to go and see and feel and see
That's
myself.
because a lot of people say Portugal. If you go there, it's like it's just
Mhm.
and there's a lot of castles and there's a lot of history from the Templars as well.
So Preston is saying, not to be weird, but I would like to visit Auschwitz. So literally, the reason probably why you want to visit, like, because you're the dark one. So people like us, people who work with darkness, places of massacres, places of death is actually when you get to feel and sense.
Mhm.
That's when you become more alive. That's what I call the power comes from the dark. Like this is the realm of death. So you might be colder. Either you experience something there or just like something there for you. So it's not even weird. I don't like that. It should be called weird because a lot of ancient tombs are also places of massacres and sacrifices, and a lot of it's so ancient that we don't remember or we don't think.
Mhm.
There's a lot of normal houses built on ancient sacrificial grounds or ceremonial grounds.
Yeah, burial
No one
grounds.
talks. No one talks about them in first world countries, especially. So places when death happened and they have like a lot of power to dark people. Places with portals, they exist almost everywhere, and portals are opens almost every second all over
Yeah.
the world. So
Yeah.
you can be wherever you are. I think, if I remember correctly, see this in Poland. So you might have amazing portals there. I've never been to Poland. I know you've been, so it could the land itself, like Vikings,
Yeah.
so many wars. The land itself has so much power. Like you can find something spiritual there as well.
Yeah. For me, I remember just last summer in Morocco, in this place called where I felt a lot of spirits like dying there, and I called it like the place where Atlantis sank, in this beach called Lexira, and the energy there was just it's like almost like the vibe took over my heart. And it's like you can't breathe
And
when
it's
you're
not,
there.
and it's not like spiritual place.
It's not spiritual.
beach.
No one even knows about it. It's a beach. No one even knows about this place. It's in the middle of nowhere. There's very few people that go there, just local people.
Yeah, so it's like
And
that.
and yeah, like and I couldn't breathe. Like I went twice to verify the feeling. I went twice, and every time I go, I just feel like I wanna cry.
Mhm.
And you know what's interesting about this place? It had a lot of caves. It
Oh,
was
caves are
filled.
amazing.
It was filled with caves. Like every, every 2 minutes I walk, there's a cave. There's a cave here, a cave there, a cave there, a cave there. There's so many caves, and caves are known to be portals. Actually, one interesting thing about Leonardo da Vinci, one of the greatest geniuses and spiritual masters that ever lived, before he became so popular with his inventions, he said he never wrote anything about his private life, but the only thing that he wrote is that he spent so much time of his teenagehood in a cave, in Italy near where he was born, and he spent so much time there, and then at some point before he became famous, he disappeared for 2 years. He disappeared completely. People didn't even know where he went. And there are theories that in that cave, there was a portal where Da Vinci went. And in that portal, people don't know where he went or what he saw. So Leonardo da Vinci came back 2 years after from that cave. And then the inventions and the things he started doing changed the world.
Wow.
Caves are
Yeah.
how many sages got enlightened in caves? We have this account everywhere.
Yeah.
Muhammad,
Abraham.
all of them. It's like cave. So if you have a place near you that has caves, there's probably something that's gonna transform you spiritually there. I think you mentioned to me this cave. Where was it? Was it
in Turkey on my way back from Göbekli Tepe? Actually,
you said there was a cave that was crazy there.
I visited by accident. I actually was on my way, and on my way back, and I had like limited amount of days, and I was driving my car, and there I saw, because usually when I travel, I don't travel by I don't prepare. I know my finals. For example, I was going to Göbekli. I was going to Mount Ararat because this is where the Ark of Noah is, and this was my grandma's dream, and she passed away. So I wanted to take her with me to show her the mountain, because it's in Turkey now.
Yeah.
And this was my final destination. But when I go to my destination, I never book hotels, nothing. I just go with the flow of the universe. Whenever I need to be, whatever comes, and I expect to be shown things.
Yes.
So Göbekli Tepe was an accident, like way.
That's true.
I was passing by.
You didn't plan it. You didn't plan it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then on the way back, I think I did research. I was looking for a place to stay, so I knew there was gonna be a specific city on my way. So I researched, and there was like amazing cave for tourists, blah blah blah, such an amazing cave, but I didn't have time for it. So on the next day, I continued my journey, and then I was driving, and then I saw another cave, and it's right on my way, because the cave before it was such a huge like like
it wasn't accessible,
like
right?
3 hours far away. And I was like, oh, I might as well to go to this cave, and I went on Google and reviews, and nice cave, just like go with kids.
So the reviews on the internet said something boring,
just like, but I've never been to a cave, like a big cave. I've been to tiny caves on beaches or something, and I'm like, okay, let's go. And I went to this cave, and I entered it, and in the beginning, right away, I sensed something is incredible. It's just something different. And then you walk, and it's become bigger, and it goes like down. And it's actually, it turned out that it was huge cave, half an hour walk, and it's a crystals, and then it became like huge crystals. It's like a crystal cave.
Oh wow!
And it's becoming darker, and it's becoming like it's going down, and then the feeling is like I'm being haunted. There's
so it's probably
watching,
so much spirits in there, so much,
and not even spirits. I feel physical presence of some kind of entity. It's like, like I even turned once, and I was already walking with my phone flashlight, because there is no light whatsoever. They have some kind of installments, but probably people don't go so far. And then I turned, and I saw like this creature, like no skin, nothing, like slimy creature, like like and I was like, I'm probably imagining, because I'm already.
You probably were not imagining. It was probably real, and you probably should have got out of there as fast as possible.
And I was with someone, and this person, can you please go back? And I'm like, but I love this catacombs, like all of this, and this was first time for me, because a lot of people scared of catacombs, so I would be. I know you with me. We can go like explore catacombs for hours.
I don't mind.
For people I know, they feel like they don't feel good inside. So, and I was like, first time in my life, I felt like this is dangerous. This cave goes somewhere. There is life, like physical life. There is dangerous, and it has some kind of. And I was like, Becky, sorry, thank you so much for joining.
It's been almost 4 hours.
4 hours, so you should go too.
I think we need to go soon.
So like this was the cave for me, when I was like, so I know what they talk about when you go to cave and something can happen. There are something living there, like now in 21st century. So
there's many accounts that first of all, a lot of people have disappeared in caves. There are accounts around the world, and it is said that caves are portals to this inner earth, where
that's what I was thinking. If there's a portal to inner earth, would this cave to go there.
And they do say that there's like very nasty creatures, not demons, but as you mentioned, physical creatures that can literally, they can feed off you, like and physical, like not spiritual. So there are accounts of these creatures who live in caves. There is, and it's all around the world.
And there's some interesting for me when I think first time I came to Turkey, to this city Fethiye. This was the first time when I felt that the mountain is alive.
Yeah, look where the tombs of Amintas was there. That's actually
that's why I always go there. There is no caves there, but I feel
No.
there is life inside.
Those mountains. Also, when I visited them last year, they feel like there's beings living inside of them. It feels like it, and it's spooky. It feels spooky. You're right. It doesn't feel like a normal mountain. It feels like the mountain has life inside of it. That's what I felt.
It's like watching you.
Yeah. That's really weird.
Yeah, it's like I love this life about numerology and science of the universe all over the place. This what's being intuitive means.
That's when you go with the flow.
Try to plan something.
Yeah, that's when you go with the flow. That's what happens.
Yeah, so I think, guys, next live you're gonna have on your channel.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, let's and we'll have to pick a subject.
I think subjects should be like an open subject.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
So guys, prepare your question.
Yeah, just any questions you have, and then we can have another occult live talk with you guys, and it's gonna be fun and amazing.
Yeah, so I guess, guys, we're gonna be going because it's been
4 hours.
We've been holding you for so long.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sticking around for 4.
Yes, it was so nice to see you all. Thank you,
guys.
Amazing, like day, night, evening, morning.
Yes, wherever you are.
Wherever you are, and thank you so much for watching us. Thank you for honestly like staying with us for such a long time.
Thank you. You guys are amazing. Thank you.
If you guys want readings, the links below. And I have my Patreon. It's very new. Seth has his Patreon. We post a lot of things that you ask. I think we have it there.
We're planning in our Patreons. We're planning to just feed them with as much occult information. Basically, what we share with you here, but we keep it updated. Every time we learn something new, we put it there, and it's
remember something that we forgot,
or that we forgot. It's for more people who want to go more deep, or want to dig deeper a little bit,
Yes. So thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
And can't wait to see you again.
Yeah.
In our next live.
Yeah. See you next time.